Hello. How is everyone? I didn't think I would see you all today. We have our movie night tonight on Discord. But then I got this message from a good friend of the lounge, Madam Gal, and she said, "Holy shit, Batman. That shit is fucking up." Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's see. I'm going to pull up the document and start there. And then while we're doing that, I should probably just reactivate my fucking X account. God damn it. I fucking hate this shit. Ay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Oops, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I wonder if it's this one. Nope. Banana. Oh, God, I have a couple socks. Oh, I have my sock. Well, I could use that. Let me try one more. I wonder if it's really that dumb. It probably is. Oh, shit. No! I don't care. Oh God, I hate X so much. Okay, anyway, good day. Good day, my friends. How are you? I hope you can Uh-oh. What happened? Oh no, that's that. Okay. Um Good day, good friends. What is the 14th Amendment good for if not now? Indeed. Indeed. So true. Let's take a look at what happened, because the lead is that the orange man will not be on the ballot in Colorado. Now this is going to start a whole little thing and a kerfuffle and a this and a that and a the other thing, but it's tough shit. Let's make this big. All right, so let's just see here what we got going on. In this appeal from a district court proceeding under the Colorado Election Code, Supreme Court considers whether former President Donald J. Trump may appear on the Colorado Republican presidential primary ballot in 2024. A majority of the court holds that President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Because he is disqualified, it would be wrongful act under the Election Code for the Colorado Secretary of State to list him as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot. The court stays its ruling until January 4th, 2024, subject to any further appellate proceedings. That's right. Slooply doop. Everybody get up and dance. If it were 200 pages of like names, that would be fantastic. I'm just going to say. Because I really just don't need that. Yeah, Supreme Court will decide now. Yeah. Well, that's not scary. All right. Excuse me. Percurium. Oh, wait, what's this? Anderson. Yeah, wait. I'm reading it. I'm live and I'm reading it. LOL. Okay. More than 3 months ago, a group of Colorado electors eligible to vote in the Republican presidential primary, both registered Republican and unaffiliated voters, filed a lengthy petition in the district court for the city and county of Denver, asking the court to rule that former President Trump may not appear on the Colorado Republican presidential primary ballot. Oh, it was brought by Republicans or in whatever's. Invoking provisions of Colorado's law, the electors requested that the court prohibit Jenna Griswold in her official capacity as Colorado's Secretary of State from placing President Trump's name on the presidential primary ballot. They claimed that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution disqualified Trump from seeking the presidency. More specifically, they asserted that he was ineligible under Section 3 because he engaged in an insurrection on January 6, 2021, after swearing an oath as president to support the Constitution. Dee-da-da-da-doo. After permitting President Trump and the Colorado Republican State Central Committee to intervene on the action below, the district court conducted a 5-day trial. The court found by clear and convincing evidence that President Trump engaged in insurrection, as those terms are used in Section 3. But the district court concluded Section 3 does not apply to the president. Wait, what? Therefore, the court denied the petition to keep President Trump off the presidential primary ballot. The electors and President Trump sought this court's review of various rulings by the district court. We affirm in part and reverse in part. We hold as follows. The election code allows the electors to challenge President Trump's status as a qualified candidate based on Section 3. Indeed, the election code provides the electors their only viable means of litigating whether President Trump is disqualified from holding office under Section 3. Congress does not need to pass implementing legislation for Section 3's disqualification provision to attach. Oops, sorry. Oh, where am I? To attach. Oh, and, sorry, and Section 3 is, in that sense, self-executing. Judicial review of President Trump's eligibility for office under Section 3 is not precluded by the political question doctrine. Section 3 encompasses the office of the presidency and someone who has taken an oath as president. On this point, the district court committed reversible error. Ooh, spicy. The district court did not abuse its discretion. I'm so sorry. I'm getting oopsie. I'm just trying to make sure I can do 17 things at once, which is stupid and ridiculous. Hi, Clay. How are you? Let me get to all messages. Okay, now I can at least keep an eye on chat and be responsive. Alrighty. The district court did not abuse its discretion in admitting portions of Congress's January 6 report into evidence at trial. The district court did not err in concluding that the events at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021 constituted an insurrection. Hi, Paul. The district court did not err in concluding that President Trump engaged in that insurrection through his personal actions. President Trump's speech inciting the crowd that breached the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021 was not protected by the First Amendment. Oh, no problem. Hi. The sum of these parts is this. President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3. Because he is disqualified, it would be a wrongful act under the election code for the secretary to list him as a candidate on the presidential primary ballot. We do not reach these conclusions lightly. We are mindful of the magnitude and weight of the questions now before us. We are likewise mindful of our solemn duty to apply the law without fear or favor and without being swayed by public reaction to the decisions that the law mandates we reach. We are also cognizant that we travel in uncharted territory and that this case presents several issues of first impression. But for our resolution of the elector's challenge under the election code, the secretary would be required to include President Trump's name on the 2024 presidential primary ballot. Therefore, to maintain the status quo pending any review by the U.S. Supreme Court, we stay our ruling until January 4th, 2024, the day before the secretary's deadline to certify the content of the presidential primary ballot. Who doesn't love a good cliffhanger? Oh, God, spicy court. Then the stay shall remain in place and the secretary will continue to be required to include President Trump's name on the 2024 presidential primary ballot until the receipt of any order or mandate from the Supreme Court. Okay, so let's just go a little blurty blurt. Let's get to the juicy parts. Let's get to the sex parts. Because I know none of you as children scanned books for the erotica. Hi, Lester. Yeah, it is good news. Let's see. In his speech, President Trump persisted in rejecting the election results, telling his supporters that we won in a landslide and we will never concede. I can't do Trump. He urged his supporters to, oh, wait, let me try. Confront this egregious assault on our democracy. It sounds more like the guy that used to run Studio 54, but to confront this egregious assault on our democracy, we're going to walk down to the Capitol and show strength. And that if they did not fight like hell, they would not have a country anymore. Okay. Procedural history. Hey, easily distracted. Which I am. All right, so let's see. Procedural history. September 6th is when they initiated the proceedings. President Trump intervened almost immediately, filed a notice of removal. Blurda, blurda, blurda. Once the electors filed proof with the Denver District Court that all parties have been served, the court reopened the case on September 14th. Neil Katyal on MSNBC now said that under a strict Constitution interpretation, the U.S. Supreme Court should agree with the Colorado Supreme Court, but who knows? See, this is the thing. If the question hinges on, I'm going to kind of scan through this because this is really just the history of the case, and we watched it. So, well, most of us did, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, let's see if there's anything good from the evidentiary. Evidentiary portion lasted 5 days with closing arguments almost 2 years later. 2 years later, 2 weeks later. The court issued its written final order on November 17th, finding by clear and convincing evidence that the events of January 6th constituted an insurrection, and President Trump engaged in that insurrection. I was kind of surprised that she ruled that. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of surprised that she ruled that. The court further concluded, now this is weird. The court further concluded, however, that Section 3 does not apply to a president because, as the terms are used in Section 3, the presidency is not an office under the United States, nor is the president an officer of the United States who had previously taken an oath to support the Constitution of the United States. Accordingly, the secretary could not exclude. Is that what they, I mean, it is obviously what the court said. I don't recall it being that specific, but maybe. Trump yep, that's what we're getting Jimmy jammed up on this information. Okay, on November 20th, okay, blah, blah, blah. We begin with an overview of Section 3, address threshold questions, requires implementing legislation or is self-executing. Section 3 poses a non-justiciable, non-justiciable. I know how to, that's not as hard a word as it seems. After concluding, do not prevent us, we consider whether Section 3 applies to a president. Okay, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment and the Principles of Constitutional Interpretation. Okay, that is the end of the Civil War. Oh, I actually have this book. I have not read it, but I literally have this book. Oh my God, I'm gonna get that book out. President Trump has also listed a challenge to the traditional evidentiary standard of proof for issues arising under the election code as a potential question on appeal, claiming that, quote, when particularly important individual interests such as a constitutional right is at issue, the proper standard of proof requires more than a preponderance of the evidence. As noted above, the district court held that the electors proved their challenge by clear and convincing evidence, and because President Trump chose not to brief this issue, he has abandoned it. Ooh, whoa. That sounds like a loser. Breaking news. I'm Steve. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. But here's what Section 3 says. Shall we read the actual fucking Constitution? Sure. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress, or as an officer of the United States, or as a member of any state legislature, or as an executive or judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may vote by a 2/3 of each house to remove such disability. But it ain't gonna happen. Guys, it did. It dripped. Yeah, it dripped. It drooled its way into our lives. Our goal is to prevent the evasion of the provisions of legitimate orders of action. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna relitigate this. We're only on page 18 and it's 200. Guys. Breaking news. All right. State court has the authority to adjudicate a challenge to the presidential candidate qualifications under the election code. They argue that it would be a breach of duty or the wrongful act in the election code of the Secretary of State, police, resident, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, duh. That's what the subtitle of this case is, duh. Oh, and then I have to report something wrong. But he's changing his name and he's coming back as John Ballard, and that'll be fine. I think that's what they said. If he just changed his name, it'll be fine. I think I saw that somewhere. Let me try and find the source for that. Oh, actually, I heard Ivanka's gonna run. Yeah, Ivanka's gonna run. Yeah. Yeah. John Ballard. I don't know. Whatever his name is. What was that name he used to use? John Dalton. What was his name? Like he had like an alias. You know how they get so upset about aliases? Like Biden has aliases. Like Trump used to like call into shows and pretend he was someone else that worked for him. My, what a big tie you have. Barron. Thank you, John Barron. How dumb am I? It's his fucking very tall son. Okay, this seems incredibly boring. It provides sufficient due process. That's really all they needed to say. This was all they needed to say. John Barron, that's right. John Barron is now running for president in the state of Colorado. Breaking news. I'm sorry. Let me find a source on that. Standard of review. We review the district court's interpretation of the relevant statute de novo. In doing so, quote, our primary objective is to effectuate the intent of the General Assembly by looking to the plain meaning of the language used, considered within the context of the statute as a whole. Well, that makes great sense. When a term is undefined, quote, we construe a statutory term in accordance with its ordinary or natural meaning. Okay, I'm not going to go through all this, but it is kind of interesting to me. I'm a little bit of a nerd. An ill-informed nerd. Presidential primaries under election code. Before addressing the merits, an overview. Well, that sounds incredibly boring. Pass laws to security purity elections. Guard against abuses of the elective franchise. Don't open that yogurt place. Yogurt places don't do well around here. Don't open that yogurt place. Yogurt places don't do well around here. Oh my God, I love that. Wait a minute. I gotta mark that. Don't open that yogurt place. Yogurt places don't do well around here. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm a little high. Okay. Here we go. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah. Don't open. Please. Oh, they used to caucus. No more caucuses. Glenn Kirshner, here we're actually getting the chat is the most brilliant because you guys are actually doing the analysis that I should be doing right now. But Glenn Kirshner on MSNBC, factual findings of insurrection only necessary, not charges or conviction according to. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Now I have a question. I have a really good question. So does Paul. I have a question. That brings up a whole thing. Who decides? Well, okay, in this case, I realize the district court judge decided that he was he was guilty of insurrection. Is there any due process issue with that ruling? Do you think? I wonder. I wonder. Ooh, why? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Limits participation in the presidential to qualified candidates. Each party from the code, each political party that has a qualified candidate is entitled to participate in the Colorado presidential primary election. Well, there you go then. Big cheers. Mine was about the yogurt. Oh. Oh no, I just make up songs. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, I thought I told you I was going on, Gal. I'm so sorry because you sent it and I'm like, okay, I'm going. Hey, Gal, it's live. If only people interested with such questions could be reached for comment. So true. If it's a fact finding of whether by a jury or judge, that is a cornerstone of, yeah, okay, well, that's a very good statement. That's a very good statement. It's very good. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Don't open a yogurt shop. Yogurt shops don't do well around here. Sorry, I'm in a really fucking weird mood. Yeah, John Barron's running now. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news, gal. Breaking news. Breaking news. Yeah, he's been disqualified from the ballot, but in other breaking news, which I need to find the source for, John Barron's now running. It's a loophole. Bitch found a loophole. Oh, bitch better stay off the ballot. Boom, boom. Bitch better stay off the ballot. Boom, boom. If you know, you know. As a practical matter, the mechanism through which a presidential primary hopeful attests that he or she is qualified is the statement of intent filed with the secretary. Okay. Do they have to note? Okay, here's another question. I'm full of questions. Is there going to now be a checkbox on the statements of intent? Did you participate in an insurrection? This is going to kick all of the fucking people off the ballots. Do we understand this? This is, I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong, because they're all dumb. So it's not, I don't want dumb people running anything. So it's easy. Bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my ballot. HIPAA. What does HIPAA mean? What does HIPAA mean? Oh, wait, what? No. That's not HIPAA. That's not covered by HIPAA. Bitch better have my ballot. Down, down. But this is a great statement. If it's a finding of fact, whether by a jury or judge, it's a cornerstone of legal proceedings. That sounds very reasonable. It sounds really reasonable. Bitch better have my money. Oh, mental health. Mental health? That's mental health? Whether I insurrected is protected health information? How is that where? Under what circumstances? Under what circumstances is that a mental? Are you saying because I called them stupid? Which, I did. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's see. Blar, 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 blar. They can, if here's how they can run. 4 minutes of check boxes. Oh, here. I get my answer. They answer my question. The Secretary's statement of intent form for a major party presidential primary candidate requires the candidate to affirm via check boxes. Fuck, man. I should be fucking like president. You know what I mean? That's like second nature to me. I should be like a constitutional law professor. This shit's like second nature to me. I'm telling you right now. I'm running for judge. I'm gonna run for a judgeship. Lolo for president. 3-day work weeks. Or whatever. Okay. Let's see. This is great that he or she meets the qualifications set forth in Article 2 of the Constitution for the office of president, specifically that the candidate is at least 35, has been a resident, and is a naturalized citizen. So put on a fucking. Well, here we go. And this is where they're getting it. The form further requires the candidate to sign an affirmation that states, I intend to run for the office stated above, and I solemnly affirm. Lolo for president. I solemnly affirm that I meet all the qualifications for the office prescribed by law. And that means Section 3, bitches. That means Section 3. That's right. Or wait, Article 3? What was it, Section 3 or Article 3? Oh, how do I forget all this now? Okay, doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. Or you guys will correct me, so I'm not worried. Okay. That requires the secretary to certify the names and the party affiliations. The only you know what I was listening to? The terrible Amfest, which is TPUSA's CPAC, Nazi show, and it was all of them were talking about how horrible the Republicans are. What are they doing? What are they planning? What's happening here? What's going on? What's going on with them? What are they doing? I don't like it. All right. Further states the only candidate seeking nomination for president of political party with bona fide as a bona fide candidate. He's a bona fide. That's another song riff. He's a bona fide candidate. Bona fide candidate. See here. Okay. This is okay. Oomph. This is my question. That is my question. That is my question. Or no, I don't think they have a positive duty to sue. What do you mean sue? What do you mean sue? But see, that's what I'm saying is who is making, I guess that's the point. The Secretary of State is the one making the initial decision, and that is acceptable to everyone. Because they have a duty to do the right thing, but I don't know, like, do they? Do they have the duty? I know it was very hard to take. It was horrible, Paul. I'm glad you didn't listen all the way through. Putting in by proxy, Lemex has the dirt. Yeah, okay. Well, this is actually a really good point. But that's a different issue than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the voice. I know Cooey was taken off under the 14th Amendment. So yeah, Cooey Griffin was taken off the ballot. I mean, but here's the other thing that just blew my mind. She just went to a buzz. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, and then the interveners and crew and all that. Okay, so but here's my thing. That's the other thing I was kind of freaking out about earlier was what this means is that election boards across the country. Yes, by what? Oh, very, yeah. Thank you. I don't know. Wait, I'll look it up. Because I don't remember. I don't know if they went to court to do that or just said, no, sorry. 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 Here we go. This is from September. I'm so sorry to yell. God, that was terrible. September 6, 2022. New Mexico judge on Tuesday, a New Mexico judge on Tuesday removed January 6 rioter and Cowboys for Trump founder Couy Griffin from his elected position. Oh, he was removed from his actual position as a county commissioner for his role in the U.S. Capitol attack. The ruling, here we go. The ruling was a result of a lawsuit seeking Griffin's removal, which alleged that he violated a clause in the 14th Amendment of the Constitution by participating in an insurrection against the U.S. government. He had been convicted of trespassing earlier that year. So, a historic ruling represents the first time an elected official has been removed from office for their participation or support of the U.S. Capitol riot. It also marks the first time a judge has formally ruled that the events of January 6, 2021 were an insurrection. This is fascinating. The disqualification comes after unsuccessful challenges by liberal leaning groups against prominent Trump supporters in the U.S. House of Representatives and Trump backed candidates for state offices across the country. Griffin, one of 3 commissioners in Otero County, is also barred from holding any state or federal office in the future. That's so interesting. And it's really just the will of the local election or the secretaries of state, I guess. So that's a good question. The other part of this is that they say that the 14th Amendment or section 3 of the 14th Amendment is self-executing, which means no one should have to intervene. It should be part of the procedure. So there was a lawsuit in that case as well. Yeah. But if something is self-executing, then that should not require legal action in order to trigger it. Am I right? Is that accurate? I think. Makes sense. Okay, here we go. And then the other thing it says for Colorado, any such challenge must be brought no later than 5 days after the filing. The district court must also hold a hearing no later than 5 days after a challenge is filed to assess the validity of all the alleged improprieties. So there's like this real focused process, it looks like, to say, okay, we're taking so and so off the ballot. Who's upset about it? You got so many days to come and tell us. The party filing the challenge has the burden to sustain the challenge by a preponderance of the evidence. And they got it by the clear and convincing evidence, which is a higher legal standard. Is that correct? Am I correct about that? Let's see here. Colorado election law. Blah 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 blah. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Makes sense. So this, I mean, to me, this really is a clarion call, if you will, to no preponderance is more. Oh, that is fascinating. Oh my God. You're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen. Yeah, I love that line. Now this is it, Jen. This is my point. Like, to me, I want to call the Secretary of State's office in California and say, what the fuck? And why aren't you instructing your whatevers to keep these MAGA candidates who have been found guilty? And you don't even have to be found guilty of insurrection in order to be removed. You don't even have to be prosecuted for it. Could that be a weakness? Could that be a weakness in this ultimately? That's my worry. No. Nope. Law dictionary says clear and convincing evidence is greater. Oh, okay. I don't, I don't know how those things work. The district court had jurisdiction to adjudicate the elector's claim in the election code. Okay, so they established that. That's fine. We don't need to know who can hear it. Okay. States have the authority to assess presidential candidates' qualifications. Okay, so this is kind of the interesting part that we were just talking about. Finder of fact. Who's Gavin? Oh, Gavin. Yeah, no, I want to go to the Secretary of State and find out what the fuck's going on. And if there are MAGA candidates running in our states, then I mean, this should be enforced because that's part of the problem. Okay. Part of the problem is they really preponderance required at district court. Oh, okay. And it was surpassed by 2 CCE. Okay. Okay, got it. Sorry, I know it's more complicated than I'm not giving its due weight of complication, and so I apologize because those of you who do know the nuances of those terms have to do somersaults to explain them to me, and so I don't mislead the listeners. Let's see. Let's see. Under Article 2. So long as the state's exercise of its appointment of power does not run afoul of another constitutional constraint, that power is plenary. But voters no longer choose between slates of electors on election day. Instead, they vote for presidential candidates who serve as proxy. Okay. No party in this case has challenged the secretary's authority to require a presidential primary candidate to confirm on the required statement of intent form that he or she meets the Article 2 requirements of age, residency, and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe they should have. Ah, the famous Tossin. The electors have stated a proper claim that is not precluded by Fraser and Kuhn, and that's always good news. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, let's talk about that for a minute. Hi, Adriana. Yeah, it is good news. Donnie will use it as an excuse to drop out, and he'll take all his PAC money. Oh, that's interesting. What an interesting theory. Adriana, so good to see you. Trump's red line. I mean, I don't know if there's a red line, so that's not, I think it's his base is his base. They're not really going to shift away, even if he's, whatever happens to him, they'll stand by him. I mean, he's gone full Mussolini in terms of their adoration of him, so all the arguments kind of just fall flat because there's no cohesive response. But yeah, so this is really interesting. Okay. This Clarence Thomas is my eyes are on Clarence. Oh, meant the other states. Yes. Well, that's the thing. I mean, Jen, if you are a serious Secretary of State, I mean, obviously all of them have been watching closely what happens in Michigan and in I wonder what was different about the Michigan case where it lost. I know it might be just the judges, but were there any merits to the argument that turned the Michigan case in Trump's favor? Was there any? Yeah, some measure of karma. Well, what I'm thinking is the GOP is shifting rapidly into America First, and they'll have to figure out another name. Was it Standing? Oh, I don't know. It was dismissed pretty early. I'm going to look that up. Hold on. Yeah, no, let me look it up. Hold on. When in doubt, media literacy, media literacy, media literacy. Michigan. I type the stupidest search terms. Let's see here. I don't want that. Okay, here we go. Michigan judge says Trump can stay. This is from the AP. He bankrupts everything he touches. Just look at Rudy Tooty and Mr. Pillow. Yeah. Oh, Rudy. Ooh, he's so bad. I watched his Newsmax thing last night. Terrible. Terrible. They need to just put him in prison. I don't even know what to do with him. What is he worth? Just give them everything he has and then some. Let him work for them. I don't know. It's terrible. Okay, Michigan judge says Trump can stay on the primary ballot, rejecting challenge under insurrection clause. Wow. A Michigan judge ruled Tuesday that former President Donald Trump, this was November 14th, will remain on the state's primary ballot, dealing a blow to the effort to stop Trump's candidacy with a Civil War era constitutional clause. Well, that's pretty fucking stupid. He could have just quietly rode into the sunset. Yeah, but here's the thing, Jim. The hill I'm going to die on is the following. The only reason that Trump is running is to avoid prison. That is the only reason. He doesn't want to be president. He doesn't want the headache. He doesn't want it. He played golf his entire presidency, lest we forget. He doesn't want to do it. Steve Bannon will happily do it. Stephen Miller will happily do it. He just wants to stay out of fucking prison, and he knows this is his only hope. He could, but I don't think he wants to live in Russia. Have you ever been to Moscow? I love Moscow personally, but it is not a fun playground for Trump. And it's dangerous as fuck. And the McDonald's stinks. So I don't think he's going to go to Russia. Now, he could go to Saudi Arabia, but I think they'd kill him. I think he knows that. I think it's the only reason he's still here. No, I don't think he's power hungry. I don't. And here's the reason. I don't think he's power hungry in the traditional sense of power hungry. Because if somebody's like hunger, like someone who really wants that power wants to wield it so that he can create, like he's not an ideologue other than self-preservation. And he's a hateful person, don't get me wrong, like he's a fucking bigot. And furthermore, he is such a criminal that what he really needs is to avoid all the fuckery that he's done over the decades. So I think this is a Hail Mary. And I think while he probably does have dirt on some of the GOP, I think the GOP is like disintegrating under him. Because based on what I'm like, when I see like AmFest and TPUSA, if you had told me a couple of years ago that TPUSA would have been like one of the primary events for glitterati of the whatchamacallit, what's his name? If you were going to tell me that AmFest was going to be some kind of glitterati event for GOP, I would have said, "Nah, I'm not really buying it. I'm feeling like they're losing their steam." Oh no, they're now coming into their own. Charlie Kirk is like he's like the next Steve Bannon, and I their panels, the panel at the end, the panel at the end of AmFest, or not end of yesterday's AmFest, was horrifying. It was horrifying, filled with hate and filled with you must have babies and you must, you know, follow Judeo-Christian principles and it was so bleak. And it wasn't I don't think it was really full. I took a crowd. Oh, yay. Oh, on RSBN? Oh, that's terrible. Well, maybe it's fun. Maybe you can fuck with him a little bit. I know the shaman was there. I didn't see him. Is he? I think he's today, right? I think he's today. I didn't see him. He could live with Lukashenko. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is Lukashenko still alive? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Well, there you go. Love hating Moscow McDonald's. There you go. He might actually really. Oh yeah. I mean, I really like. So I think it's a different kind of power hungry. I think it's ego-log. Yeah, that's a good one, Jen. I definitely. Oh, of course he feels like he gets off on it. Of course he gets off on it. No, oh my goodness. He's finally treated like the big shot that he thinks he is, right? Like he finally feels like he's the big shot. That's what's the I mean it's not any more complicated with him I think than those urges. And that's why I worry more even now about him slipping in because of all the trash that he's going to bring with him. Who now know who have had 4 years to think about the 4 years that they had and what they fucked up. And now they're not going to make those same mistakes again and they're going to come out of the gate blasting. Oh, really? Charlie, he's such a fucking dick. Oh my god, Tim Pool is such a fucking dick, and Tucker Carlson's such a fucking dick. And these other guys, I don't know who they were, but they were such dicks. Ugh. Ugh. So I think this is going to be fascinating to see what I mean. I think um as voters, we should be. Oh, he's telling someone that they're ugly and single. Excuse me. He may not be single, but mail order brides is not a flex. And he's ugly as sin. So I don't think he has anything to say to anybody about anything. Uh, so there. Um, but I think that this is, like I think he is definitely going to pardon himself. He's going to pardon everybody else that he can get away with, and then let the boys, let the bodies hit the floor. And that's what I think he's going to do. That fuzzy shaman, opposite day. But the thing I worry about is, can they challenge? Well, first of all, I worry about the Supreme Court. Let me talk about that. I just worry about the Supreme Court. I think this is not a good thing. I do not even hesitate to conjecture that the Supreme Court will somehow give him immunity. I am very afraid of that. I'm sorry to verbalize it. And the problem is that it won't be based on rule of law. If you give me a decision that is hard for me to swallow, if it is based in rule of law, there's a way I can move with it and still fight. But what we know about the goddamn Supreme Court is that it isn't about rule of law per se. And I just don't know. When are we going to do something about Clarence Thomas? I just don't. When is the Justice Department going to do something about Ginny Thomas? Did she not break any laws? Did she not? Can someone tell us that all the people that we have looked at and thought and seen actions that are against the interest? Oh, what's this? Why have no sources reported on the Kavanaugh immunity memo? Did he write one? Oh, law article. Oh. Absolutely, Paul. But if they give him immunity, then he will still go off the Supreme Court. I know easily. I'm not entirely sure that's true. I think the calculus, now that might be true for Roberts, because I think somewhere deep down inside, he knows this is on him to keep the integrity of the court. I'm not saying he acts in that way, but he seems to telegraph that he knows what his role is in regards to the court. I want to come back to this Kavanaugh immunity, the journal article. Couldn't remember the Fetterman. Oh, Valiant. Oh, are you upset that he can't be in the... I'm going to leave your comment there so that you can learn. Lord help us. There is no God, Valiant. That's not real. Are you mad that you're not going to be able to vote for him in Colorado? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Remember? Oops. Oh, yeah. Maybe he will. Anyway, yeah. I think that's great. I love it. Droll away, baby. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Electors have stated a proper claim. Okay, this is again procedural. Presidential primary elected balance. Max! I know, Max. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Yay, Max. Okay, where a candidate does not submit, cannot comply with the attestations on the statement of intent form, the secretary cannot list the candidate on the ballot. This is it. And if he signs it and lies, what happens? But if the contents of a signed and notarized... Well, here we go. But if the contents of a signed and notarized statement of intent appear facially complete, i.e., the candidate has filled out the secretary's form confirming that he or she meets the Article 2 requirements, and blah, 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 and further attesting that he or she, blah, 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 the secretary has no duty to further investigate the accuracy or validity of the information of the prospective candidate has supplied. To that extent, we agree with President Trump that the secretary has no duty to determine, beyond what is apparent on the face of the required documents, whether a presidential candidate is qualified. Wait a minute. I want to just make sure I've read everything in relation to this. Okay, so that's fine. All right. The fact that the secretary has complied with, oops. Oh yeah, I know. Actually, I really do want to, I want to watch that. Is he already done? Because I actually had that up. Why am I not? No, I must have like fallen asleep. Okay. Oh no, he should be talking now, right? I think. Or maybe at 5. Any challenge to the listing of any candidate on the presidential primary election ballot as a vehicle. Okay, wait. Duties does not, however, foreclose a challenge under section 1-4-1204, paragraph 4. Any permits any challenge to the listing of a candidate on the presidential primary ballot using that creates a cause of action for electors alleging a breach of duty or other wrongful act under the code. So that means to me that he well, let me see if I can pull up his rally. I was making fun of RSBN earlier, as I am wont to do, which I love making fun of. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is it already over? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, I don't know how to get notifications to work. I just don't. I don't. Gloria.
When you see them,
Gloria,
that helps us out tremendously by getting the word out
Gloria,
that we're here
I'm gonna
along with you.
totally
And 20
mute you. Yeah. Caucus for Trump. Give Trump your big caucus. I was making chicken fried rice when Harry Persiflage. I love Harry Persiflage. Soon. Not really. Yeah. It sounds like one, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. We've transitioned. First, we started. Okay, for those of you just joining us, Trump was kicked off the ballot in Colorado under Article 4. Wait, under the 14th Amendment. Uh, I can't think of anything. Is it article or section? I love Harry. I'm glad. I'm glad you introduced Harry to the lounge. He's a great addition. He's a fantastic addition to the lounge. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. This is probably tomorrow. The former president. Boop boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop. Are you that old? Are you so lovely? I'm old. Age is just a number. Age is just a number. We're gonna make fun of President Trump. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. Hide, because I gotta edit you. We are mocking. Oops, I gotta do my disclaimer. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time, I guess. We need our people. Yeah, it is hard to believe. Is this the real thing? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see a best of all men. No, I actually did the solar system fail and what? Am I gone? No, I'm not. I was singing. Did I break the internet? Dave did acid and stepped on butter. Wait, can you not hear me? Can you not hear me? I feel like I did acid. Dog and a butterfly. I need some weed. Oh, like to fly. Dog and a butterfly. Well, pores taste like piss, so that was a long time coming. That's what should happen. Oh, in response to Jen's reality. And Dave did acid instead. Waterloo. Couldn't return if I wanted to. Waterloo. Hey, hit the like and the share. And because I'm not on Twitter anymore, let everybody know. Where'd everybody go? Oh, shit. Sorry. And I'm not proud to be an American because I tried to undermine her. And I think that she is lots of stupid people everywhere. And I'm gonna stand up. No, go ahead. I'm okay to restream. I did? Oh, no, I didn't. I took myself off, shitter. But I need to put myself back on because I miss you guys. He's gonna just read the same speech. I know. Is he though? Is he? Have I been fooled? Oh, my computer's really fucking acting up. Hey, we're gonna keep him on the low side. He's an ass clown.
To be here and a lot
in
of people
Waterloo.
outside. A lot of people
There's
outside.
5,000
We want to
people
stay
outside.
right here, and I want to thank you very much. This is
I
an
wanna
honor.
thank
We
you
cover
very-
all
I'm turning
corners
you down
of your
even
great
more.
state. You know that. And they said Waterloo. What about Waterloo? I say we gotta get to Waterloo. So
Did you
we
say
are.
that? Did you say that?
And I'm thrilled to
Did
be
they say
back in
sir?
your incredible state with thousands
Sir?
of proud, hardworking American
Banquet
patriots.
beer.
Let me begin by wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Do you remember about 7 years ago I came?
Clown
I said, they're gonna be
time.
saying Merry
Clown
Christmas
time.
again.
We may not stay with him,
Because,
but you know.
department stores, of course, they have other problems now. They're being robbed.
Yeah. Oh my
The
God.
department stores right
Did
now, they have
anybody
very big
actually?
problems? 400 or 500 people run into them, grab everything, run out. Nothing happens because our law enforcement's not allowed to do their job.
That's right.
They're great. They're not allowed to do their job.
Here, I'm going to tell you
So they have
again.
other problems
Law
too,
enforcement
but
should be
they
able to
say
do their job.
Merry Christmas now, at least. And
At least we brought
it's very important.
Christmas back.
That was a big
Yes,
deal, and
he's
now
live.
nobody even thinks about it. We say
Well,
Merry Christmas. I'm honored by that.
Air
We're
quotes.
just
live.
27 days
He's so
away
dumb.
from Iowa's first in the nation. Thank you very much, President Trump.
My God,
because
do you realize
you're
it's
first in the
mid-December
nation
already?
because I said you were first in
Wow.
the nation. It's very simple.
Well,
And the caucuses are a big deal on Monday, January 15th. We're going to win the Iowa caucuses, and then we're going to crush
no, you're
crooked Joe Biden next November.
If he doesn't,
And we're
what are you going to do
to
about Colorado?
very simply
Womp
make
womp, Debbie
America
Downer.
great again. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, you.
I want to thank a very special
You.
person. She
Hey,
stepped
you.
up very early
Almost
and
the
very
solstice.
strong, and she's highly respected. I
Oh,
think she's probably
you know
the
what?
most, we have to call everyone a politician, I guess, if you run for office. I think she's
Okay.
probably your most popular politician right now in Iowa.
What is she?
Brenna Bird, your Attorney General. Thank you, Brenna.
You don't think Kim Reynolds is more popular? I'm not even going to
She's
turn him up. I'm so
incredible.
sorry. You can read
You
the
endorsed me
things if
before I
you
was
want,
even
but we're
running.
making fun of him.
I
So
said, who's this guy
we're
from
not going to give
Iowa
him a
that
lot of
keeps
volume.
talking about Trump? And
2
he's
days to
I call him
solstice.
the
Force
Mole
One,
Trump,
great
and
new
he's a
shoes.
handsome guy.
Really?
State Senator Brad Azon.
You got?
Brad,
Oh, you got
Brad,
Air Force One. Sweet.
Thank you, Brad. Thank
Yes,
you very
December
much. He's been
21st.
great. He
What
really
is
has.
that?
He
Is
was
that
endorsing me
Thursday?
before I ran. I said, "Who is that guy?"
I hereby declare the holidays
So
are to
we'll be the
last for
first one to
3
the whole country.
months.
State
Um,
representatives, Bobby
you know what I'd
Kaufman,
love to
who's
do? I'd
fantastic,
love
by
to
the way.
read
His father's
a
fantastic
solstice
too.
story, like
Derek Wolf,
on
Frank
Chris
Johnson,
or on the
and
solstice.
of
That would be
course,
fun.
Iowa GOP Chairman Jeff Kaufman.
Solstice
There's a slight relationship there.
stories.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, and a great job. And it's fantastic to be
Do,
with
do,
you. We'll
do,
be
do,
back a
do,
few more
do, do,
times.
do,
So that, yeah, we have that big date coming up. We'll be
do,
back.
do, do,
We
do, do,
gotta
do,
be
do,
sure
do, 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 do,
that
do,
we
do.
witness
Yeah,
it
I'd
in
like
a
to do
way.
a
The
yeah,
poll numbers
Festivus
are
for the
scary
rest of
because we're
us.
leading by so much. The key is you have to get
I'd like
out
to
and
do a
vote
winter
because,
solstice
I
story
tell
though.
it
That'd be kind of
all the
fun.
time. If you don't get out and vote,
There's
we
like
can
a
put
lot of
this to bed
mythical
after Iowa, if you
monsters.
want to know the truth. We can put it to bed for them too. They can go home and forget it. But you have to go out. Don't sit home and say, I think we'll take it easy, darling. It's a wonderful day, beautiful. Let's just take it easy, watch television and watch the results. No,
That's
because
cute.
crazy
Maybe we'll
things
do
can
that.
happen. You got to get out. This is really important. Our country's at stake. We have a
Ugh,
country
I don't
that's
know if I
never
can
been in
stay with
trouble
this,
like
you
it is right
guys.
now. So
Yeah,
get
you don't
out
have
and
to be
vote,
with them the
whether
whole
we're
time.
leading in
You
the
just want the
polls or not
feeling of
leading in the
the
polls. And in this case, we're leading by
holidays.
30 to 40 points, I guess. But we got to win. Maybe we can win by more than that. Because, if we win in a massive number, but it's a little bit less
I
than
think I'll
that,
do that.
they'll say, "Oh, he didn't meet
Today's the 19th.
expectations." It was
Tuesday, Thursday.
because they're
It'll be
fake
fun.
news. We know that.
May you find
They're
peace in the
fake
promise of the
news. They
solstice
are
night, that each
the
day
biggest
forward is
fakers
blessed
in the
with more
world.
light,
During this holiday
that the
season,
cycle
families
of
all across
nature
America are
and
struggling under
broken
the
and
brutal weight
true
of
brings
Crooked
faith
Joe's
to your
failures,
soul and
disasters,
well-being to
heartless
you. Oh, that's
betrayals, and
lovely.
inflation. While the stock market is making rich people richer, and I mean, it's crazy what's going on. Rich people are getting richer. Of course, I'm a politician now, so we just keep
Very
chugging
nice.
along, right? But you're going to have a crash the likes of which you haven't seen because of what they're doing. It's going to be scary. Biden's inflation catastrophe is demolishing your savings and ravaging your dreams. The sky-high energy prices, the highest
Oh,
we've
there
ever
is
had.
a little Bobo coming through the door.
Criminals are running wild in our Democrat-run cities, and thanks to Crooked Joe's
Hello, Bobo.
breathtaking weakness, the world is going up
Did
in
you have fun?
flames. The whole world is up in flames.
Awesome.
You didn't have any of this stuff when I was president. I'd call and I'd say, "You can't do that," to the head of a country, and they wouldn't
Can't do
Russia
that.
would have never done it.
Can't do that. I have a feeling this is going to be the same thing.
Because Iran wouldn't have
Jazz.
given him the money or had the money to do it.
Ah, J Ran says,
It's
hi,
very
Bobo.
terrible what's going on. Hard to believe.
I know he
Joe
is
Biden and the
subdued. Does he
Democrat
realize
Party
he
are
lost
incapable of
Colorado?
solving any problems.
Does he realize
Crooked
that?
Joe Biden is
Oh, it
a
is time for
low
weed.
IQ
Yeah.
individual. He is
Conserving
the
or
worst,
something. Yeah,
most
no.
incompetent and most corrupt president in the history of our country.
Oh,
Other than that,
I don't know
think
what
quite a
that
bit of
means,
him.
but it sounds really good and scary.
Can you believe what's going on in our
They didn't
country?
tell
Can
him.
you believe what's going on with the border? You watch, and the fake news doesn't want to show it too much. Certain of them, and I will tell you what's going on in our border. They're coming in by the millions. We have no idea.
That's a
who
good
they are.
one.
They're coming from all over the world.
That's a good
But
one.
with your vote, this election together, we're going to save America, and we're going to.
We're
bring
gonna
our country back
save
from what was a good thing to
America.
hell.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
one thing has gotten
From
better under
nothing,
Crooked Joe Biden. Under
from
the Trump
nobody
administration,
but
you were better off.
ourselves.
Your family was better off. Your neighbors were better off.
I'd
And our
rather sing
country was
about,
better off.
actually, that
And
is
you're
not
also
like
much safer
patently
when you had
untrue.
me behind the desk of the Oval Office.
That's like literally patently untrue.
You were better off 5
We
years
weren't.
ago.
No, we weren't. I was.
Think of it. Just ask yourself, were you
I
better
mean,
off
you
5
know.
years ago? Were you better off today with the inflation
Oh,
making
there
it
is the
cost you 4
lowest
times higher than it
inflation.
would
I
have
don't know.
been
They
a
did
little
some
while ago?
magic
What's
when it
going on?
came to the
Nobody's gonna
goddamn
save America.
economy. I'm not
But
saying
what
that
difference a
I love
president makes?
economics,
President
but
makes a big difference.
they passed
Since
him a note.
Joe Biden took over, we've had a 3-year inflation rate of over 20%. Under my leadership,
His
inflation was
wingspan,
non-existent, and we had
Max, the
cost
shoulder
saving
pads are now
of
larger than his head.
87
His
cents
wingspan
a
has
gallon.
increased
After 3
fundamentally.
years of Bidenomics, the average monthly mortgage has gone from $1,700 under my administration to $3,400 under this terrible administration. As long as Joe Biden is in the
Terrible.
White House, the American dream is
Terrible.
dead. It's dead. There is no
That way he
American
can't
dream.
yell at them.
But all of that will change the minute the polls close on election night 2024. It's going to all change.
Oh, thank you.
The
Oh,
next economic
Adriana,
boom will
you
begin
did
the
not have
instant
to do
the
that.
world knows that
Thank
crooked Joe
you.
Biden is gone and
You're
Donald
so
J. Trump
kind.
and us, all of us together, have won 4 more years as president of the United States. It's a very important thing because our country is really, it's a disaster. It's not even believable what's happened to our country in a period of 3 years. Powered by the momentum of our
Powered
historic
by the momentum
victory
of
by
my
Christmas
farts.
of next year. That's a couple months
Powered
later.
by the
By
momentum of
Christmas of
Don't
next
open a
year,
yogurt
the
store
economy will
over
be
there. They
roaring
never
back.
do
Energy
well on
prices
that
will fall.
corner.
Hordes of people charging across
Don't
our border will have
open a
fully
yogurt
ended the
store over
invasion. Full
there.
stop.
I could, so I did. Oh, you're such a love. Thank you. Thank you, sister.
And I heard somebody
I love
today
ya.
say,
I love ya.
one of these genius analysts, the stock market's good. Rich get richer. The stock market's good because they think Trump is going to win the election. And I believe that's true.
You're talking about yourself in the
And
third
whatever good
person.
they
That's
have
so
right now is
scary.
the fumes of what we left them. It's
What?
coming off the fumes of what we
Really?
left them. But the stock
You do
market
know
is
there
good
was
because
like
a lot
this
of people
fucking
think we're going to win the
huge
election. So it's
pandemic
an
and we were
interesting,
fucked.
an interesting
Beyond
fact. I felt
fucked.
that, but I didn't want to say it. But I think we will say it. Because just like
What are
3
you gonna
years ago,
say?
they will know that I will catch. And when you have people that are pouring across the border at levels like
Like you've never
no
seen.
country has ever seen. Not us.
No,
No
none.
country's ever seen. Third world
No.
nations have never seen. They'd stop them with
No,
sticks and
no one's
stones, I
seen.
say.
Really?
But
What?
they'll know that I'll catch them and we'll send them home, and the entire world will
Excuse
be
me?
safer and more peaceful because everyone will know that the days of
Excuse
Biden
me?
surrenders are over. So many mistakes. There's been nothing good that's happened. Nothing good
Da
has
da
happened
da
in
da
the
da
last 3
da
years.
da da
Our
da
country's
da
gone to
da
hell. As soon as I get back in the Oval Office, I'll
da
also immediately end the war on Christians.
da
I don't know. Did you hear that? Did you
la la
hear
la
what
la
I
la
just
la
said?
la 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 la
Under crooked Joe Biden,
la la la
Christians
la
and Americans of faith are being
la la la
persecuted,
la.
and government has been weaponized against religion like never before, and also presidents like never before. Here I am. I always say Al Capone was treated better than I was treated. Scarface, Al Capone, he was a tough one. Biden and his corrupt Department of Injustice have sent SWAT teams to arrest pro-life activists. They've targeted
There's also a
conservative
Vivek
parents at school board meetings who
Ramaswamy
don't
town
want
hall.
filth
God,
taught to their children. It's filth.
you're
What
so
they're teaching in
depressing.
schools is filth and
How
nonsense.
would you
And
know?
we can't let that happen.
How
But
would
they're
you
being
know?
targeted. And now the communists, Marxists, and fascists are going hard after Catholics, even
No, they're
plotting to
not.
send
He's like
spies into
3 months
Catholic
behind
churches.
on
I
his
saw it come out,
messaging.
just like in the Soviet Union from days
Does
gone
he
by.
realize
Now think
that?
of
He's
it.
like
If you're
3 or
Catholic,
4
why
months.
would
He
you vote for a
thinks Pacino
Democrat?
like
What they're doing to Catholics.
Do you
I don't
remember
know what's
when
going on
Al
with the
Capone
Catholics,
said,
but they're really being
"Say hello to my
persecuted.
little friend"?
Why would
Do you
you vote
remember
for
when Al
Biden,
Capone
and
said
why would
that,
you vote
everybody?
for a Democrat? A new report from the House Judiciary Committee
He's
proves
just a
that the
windbag full
Biden
of
FBI actually targeted Catholics as
and the
potential
goons.
domestic terrorists. Do you
Oh
believe
my
this?
God, he is phoning it
And
in.
you
He's
know,
so mad
he
about.
made
Well,
it
actually, is
official
he
by
mad about
Friday
Colorado, or
night
does he
because unless
legitimately not
elections
know?
starts happening on a very major scale.
I don't think he
When I'm
knows.
back in the White House, never
I'm gonna
again
guess
will
he
your
doesn't
government
know.
be used to target Christians and other religious
I'm
believers.
my money's that on that. Nobody is targeting
Upon taking
Christians.
office, I will create a
Christians
new
are
federal
targeting
task
us.
force on fighting
Okay, how about that?
anti-Christian
How about I'm
violence
gonna flip this on
to be
its
led
head?
by a fully reformed
I'm gonna tell you
Department
that
of
those
Justice
goddamn
that's
Christians need
fair
to get their
and
hands
networked.
off my kids.
Its mission will be to investigate all forms of illegal discrimination, harassment, and persecution against Christians in America.
Wow, this is
We
a
are
big
going
theme
after
for him.
Christians in America. Who's can believe all this stuff? It's
Yeah,
not
no one.
believable, is it? But it is fact. It's just like
It's
so many
true.
of the other things when I stand
Just
up
a
and I say
windbag.
that we will stop, and I've said it. We will
Oh,
stop
yeah, this
men
one.
from
Adriana nailed it.
participating
Addie
in
Supply
women's
didn't
sports. I mean,
arrive.
the whole thing.
That's what
But
happened.
no, but
Hey,
things
Algo
that you
Tickler.
say
Thanks for
But
hitting
you
the
say
line
that
and
you can't
sharing the
believe you're up
feed, the
here
like, and
saying
sharing the
it.
feed.
We are for
Tickle that
parental
algo.
rights. You have to say that. No, think of it. We are for parental rights. Believe that.
Sicario
10
damn
years
this
ago,
song.
50 years ago, who would
No.
ever have to
I
say
know what you
anything
mean.
like that? We're for
He's
parental
spooping.
rights. Of course, we're for parental rights.
I know
But
what
the
you mean.
Democrats aren't.
Thank
They're
you, Mr.
fascists.
Algo
They're not.
Tickler.
They
I
want school
appreciate
boards. They
you.
want people to
I
take your
appreciate
children and do things with your
you.
children that are not even speakable.
Tickle the
Americans of faith are not a
algo.
threat to
Tickle
our
my
country. Americans of
algo.
faith are the soul of our country. They have been from the beginning. I will
The duct
defend
tape.
religion,
Oh,
and
the
I
duct
will
tape story.
defend
Yeah.
in
Yes.
God we trust.
Yes.
We will defend in God
Yes.
we trust.
I don't know why the only thing he has in common.
And you know that very important phrase is under siege.
Oh,
You do know
Jim,
that,
that's a
right?
good
We will
one.
defend it 100%. When Joe Biden lit the national Christmas
Little
tree
Joe
earlier this
Biden,
month,
and
he
it fell
completely
over.
failed to even mention the birth of Jesus Christ, which is hard to do if you're celebrating Christmas, right?
Well, it's
He
not
didn't mention
actually
Jesus Christ
technically his
in his
birthday,
remarks.
so
Not for 3 years.
I
he
think
hasn't
he's just being,
mentioned that, and barely
specific.
mentioned God. When I was president, we brought back the beautiful phrase.
See, this
Merry
is such
Christmas,
comedy.
I
It's
said I'd
comedy
do that. I'm very proud
gold.
of that, actually, because as I said at the beginning, it was really under siege. And when I lit the Christmas tree each year, it was my
I
honor
always
to publicly
said,
celebrate
I
the true
always
source
said, I love
of
that
the
baby
Christmas story, which is
Jesus.
Jesus
Happy
Christ.
birthday. Did your mom poop when you came
As
out?
president, I kept every
Pictures
promise
of it
I
didn't
made to
happen.
Christians and more, and I think everybody in this room understands that very well. That's pretty well documented. In
Oh,
our
is
first
it?
4
Is it
years,
pretty
we
well
appointed
documented?
nearly 300
Okay.
federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. I stood up for
Santa's not
religious
coming.
liberty at home and all around the world. I protected innocent
Santa's
life,
not
and I
coming
defended
because of
the
Joe Biden.
Judeo-Christian values of our nation's
Joe
founding.
Biden killed Santa
I proudly
Claus,
recognized Israel's eternal capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem, which is a big
which
thing.
is a big thing. It's a big
I
thing.
also recognized
Then the
Israeli
Golan
sovereignty on the
Heights.
Golan Heights.
That's
And,
right,
they were
bitches.
looking to
That's
get
what
that
I did.
for 72
Read it and weep.
years. They'd fly
And
in,
the
they'd fly
Grinch.
out, they'd fly in, every year they'd fly in, they'd discuss it, they'd fly out. And I got it done in about 12 minutes, which was done very quickly. And with the historic Abraham Accords, I even made peace in the
Oops.
Middle East.
Well,
Unfortunately,
that
they
explains a
haven't
lot.
taken it any further. It should have been taken. We could have had everybody signed up.
For what?
It's no wonder crooked Joe Biden and the far left
For what?
lunatics are desperate to stop us by any means necessary.
Why?
They're willing to violate the U.S. Constitution's at
Oh,
levels
let's
never
talk
seen
about.
before in
Can
order
I
to
tell
win
you
this
something about the
election.
U.S.
Joe
Constitution,
Biden
dude?
is a
I got a
threat
funny
to
story for
democracy.
you.
It's a threat.
You're gonna love this one. This is
They're
his new line.
weaponizing law
Joe
enforcement
Biden
for
is a threat to
high-level election
democracy.
interference because we're beating them so
No,
badly in
you
the polls.
you broke the law.
The new CBS poll,
Hence,
remember, I always
charges
used to
were
talk
brought.
about polls, but only if they were good. I don't
That's
mention
it.
them if they were bad. I had a tendency if they were bad, I didn't talk about them.
Really?
I don't know. That's probably sort of like a little bit like the fake
Is
news
yeah.
would do, so I feel very embarrassed by it.
Yeah, us.
But the new CBS poll just out has us at 58% in the state, with the sanctimonious 40 points behind us. 40 points.
The night Saint Nick went insane.
The new
War on
Console
Christmas.
poll, that's in your state. The Console poll
Let's
has
see.
us at 66%
Let's come up with a song
DeSantis
while we're.
at 11%.
Actually, you know
and
what? We
Haley
should.
at
I need
11%.
to. Well, I still haven't
And
recorded
then
that
they
song,
said
but
Haley is surging because
let's
she
see.
went from
Rudy's
9
balls.
to 11.
No,
I
Rudy's
went up
nuts.
7 points.
Not
She
Rudy's
went up
balls. It's
2
Rudy's
points. And it's
nuts.
harder to go up 7 when you're almost at the top. There's not that many points left. So I went up
Here we
7.
go.
She went up 2. And the headline was Haley is surging.
I should blow my
because she
nose
caught
before I
the
do this, but it's okay.
sanctimonious.
I'm gonna give it a shot
The
anyway.
Fox poll has us trouncing the primary field at 69%, with
No.
DeSantis at 13% and Haley
Are
at
you
9.
kidding?
And, it's sort of interesting. He did an interview the other day, and the announcer. this was
Seriously,
sort of a
bad
straight interview
Santa.
at a major network. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to have
Polls
Governor Ron
don't
DeSantis
matter
with us.
when
No,
you
it's
ain't
DeSantis.
on the
So it's good
ballot.
branding. Do you agree? That's good.
Polls don't vote.
Nah, but he is sanctimonious. In the new Rasmussen poll of the general election, we're dominating by 10, 11, 12, even 14 points. And the Washington Post had it up 11.
There's
And they said that
literally
must be
only
an
yes.
outlier.
There's literally
They spent
only
$1.5
one
million
outlet.
on a poll, the Washington Post, and they
What
panic.
good is
They say
leading
this
a
must be an
pill?
outlier. This is the first time
What
anyone ever
good
had a
is
poll. If they said
leading a
we think our poll
coup
must
if
be wrong,
you
but
ain't
we have
on
even
the
better numbers than
ballot?
that.
The
No, they
poll,
went
right?
crazy.
Sorry,
But
I
none of this
didn't.
matters if
Thank
you don't
you,
show up to
Clayburg
support us
Higgins,
on January
OG.
15th and again on November 5th. So it's again the same thing.
I'll
You
find
gotta
it and
show
link
up.
you. Heard it on MS.
Even
Oh,
when you think we're
cool.
going to win by a lot, you got to show
Oh,
up.
it
And
was
winning by a
Rare
lot
Exports.
is
Rare
meaningful.
Exports.
Even as countries watch from afar,
Ah,
because
LB
we would
talked
never
about
have
it.
any of these problems if I were president. But
Woo
when they see
doo
the kind of
doo
support,
doo
we
doo
have incredible support. We
doo.
have more support
Nothing else
than
to
we did in 2020 or
lose.
2016, and we did great. We won
Can
2016,
he read?
and then we did
Can he even read?
better by a lot, by millions and millions of votes. In
What
2020,
good
it was a
is
rigged election.
leading a poll if
The
you
radical left
ain't on the
Democrats rigged the
ballot? That's a
presidential
good one.
election of 2020, and we're not going to allow
Good
them
one.
to rig the presidential election of 2024. We're not going to allow it.
Polls of people who answered their landlines.
Every time the radical
Word.
left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it
Crazy.
actually a great badge of honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Here we go.
Because I'm being indicted for you. Never forget.
Wow.
Our enemies
What a
want
terrible
to take away
person.
my freedom because I will never let
This
them
is
take away
good.
your freedom. It's very
This
simple.
is brilliant. Clayburg Higgins. Freedom's just
silence me because
another
I will
word
never
for.
let
Fuck,
them
I'm not in the
silence
ballot.
you, and in the end, they're not after me, they're after you.
That's
I just
very
happen
good.
to be standing in their way, and I
You're
always will
not.
stand in their way.
Oh, no, you won't. Not when you're in prison.
And you know, I've been saying this a lot lately because I see the kind of crowds. We go up to these large areas, we come out to the rural areas. No matter where we go, we have packed houses.
Take me
packed houses. Some of
home,
them, we filled up an arena last time, a massive
Lardo.
arena.
That's the
Thousands of people outside
place
couldn't get in.
I
Brad was there, couldn't
belong.
get in.
Selling
He got in.
secrets, stolen
We almost said, keep
documents,
him out. Let's keep
and
him
the
out. Right?
maps
He's always
on
gonna
where
be
to
right. This is far more
go.
than a campaign.
Easily,
This
that's
is the greatest
brilliant.
political movement
Oh
in the
my
history of our country.
goodness.
That's what it is. This is a great political
What a
movement.
lyricist you
This
are.
is not just a campaign.
What a
And together we
libretto.
will once again fight for Iowa families and Iowa farmers,
Freedom's
just as we
just
did 4
another
straight
word
years. We
for.
fought for
Fuck,
you.
I'm not in the
We've
ballot.
done more for the state of Iowa than
You guys
any
are so
president
funny.
ever in history. There's never been a, because when you add it
There's
all up, what we've done, not
never,
like Crooked Joe,
no,
who
there's
wants to dramatically
never
increase the estate tax or
been
the
a
death tax, as they call it,
president
and virtually
like
eliminating the unfair
him.
death tax, saving countless farms
That was
from
good.
families.
Yeah, we need a sing
Families of
along.
farmers, they love their children. They leave their farm to the children, and
The dog needs to
the
eat.
tax was so incredible that the children would
Feed
often
that
have to
dog,
file
feed the
bankruptcy
dog.
because they had to go borrow
Actually, you know
money
what
to
I
pay
need to
the
do? I need to get
state
ready for
tax and
my
the new
members'
tax.
Christmas
And
party.
I eliminated that tax. I eliminated.
Actually,
So
I'm gonna go
if
feed the
you-
dog.
if you love
So,
your children,
hi Dempsey. Who's this guy? Oh yeah, he's not on the ballot.
but some people
He's
love
not
their
on the
children. Does
ballot.
everybody in this room
He's
love
not
their
on the
children?
ballot.
I do.
Yeah, if I did it.
Does anybody in this room not love their children?
Selling
Raise your hand. Oh, that
secrets.
guy in the blue jacket.
Selling
raises-
secrets at Mar-a-Lago. I
No,
know. I
it's
haven't
very
seen him on the
important
ballot.
because, people were going to the
I'll be right back.
areas, you know, you
Okay,
have a
okay.
farm, you have a 40-50% tax to pay, and they fight with you over the tax, and they end up going to the bankers. The banks are just have been so bad. Not the local bank. There's some of these big banks have been horrible, horrible people running them. But the banks, they loan the money and they end up taking over the farm. We're not doing that, so we ended the estate tax, and farms and small businesses now, they don't have to go into hock and end up losing everything. And the parents are very happy about that. They're looking down and they're saying, I'm so happy. I love President Trump, because that was a big thing. I ended the NAFTA disaster, the worst trade deal ever made, and replaced it with the USMCA, the best trade deal ever made. And that was a giant win for Iowa farmers. I took on the communist Chinese like no administration in history. Communist China was doing a number on the
Bobby
farmers that never
sang the
could have done anybody,
blues.
bringing hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our treasury when no other president had
Rare
gotten
Exports
10
is
cents from China.
amazing.
Nobody had ever brought in any money. I brought in
And,
hundreds of billions of dollars from China. In fact,
oh,
China's
Lolo
not now
Christ. I don't know
doing
who they
very
are.
well, and a lot
I
of
don't know
people
what they
think it's
are. I
because
think
of
I know who it
Biden, in
is.
respect to all of the hundreds of
He's a
billions that he
seditioner.
brought in. And Biden
I
is
think I
unable
know
to
who it
cancel it
is.
because it's so much money that this they having a hard
Right,
time
J
guessing. It's hard
Rance?
to say.
Who
Oh,
is
gee,
it?
let's
It's
not
George
do that for
Santos.
hundreds of billions of dollars.
Hey, Clark.
And then I gave the
This person,
farmers
yeah, that's right. They're
$28
giving him to
billion
1-4.
straight out of
Yeah.
the tariffs.
We
I
read
took
a
in
little
from
bit of it
China, a
earlier.
large part of which came
He's totally lying.
right back
That is
to
the
state of
tell.
Iowa, right?
That is the tell.
That's why my people
New
in the
pick from
back,
comment to
make
comment.
good
Uh-oh. Are we
geniuses. Sir,
getting...
please don't say that too often because you sound very conceited when you say that you
Well,
guarantee that Iowa
I
is
have a
going to
lot
work for
of
you guarantee Iowa. I said, I got him $28
special
billion.
friends.
Of course, who else is going to get him $28 billion? I said, go out and buy more land and larger tractors. Do you remember that?
Did
But
he?
you know what?
Did you
They
say
stumbled
that? I
because
don't
we had a
remember.
period of 6 or 7 months with China. You know, they're great negotiators. They were playing hardball, but we ended up winning, and they buy now. We made a trade deal with China. I don't even talk about it because
I don't
of
even
COVID.
talk about it because it's
But we made one of
ridiculous.
the greatest trade deals ever made. They buy $50 billion
Schmancy looky loo.
worth of product
I think
from
it's
this
someone
country,
we
and they were
know, but
buying
I
nothing before that. They
I
were
never
buying
pay
nothing.
attention.
So it was an amazing thing that happened, and it's
I'm
an honor to have done
ridiculous.
it. And I do
Oh,
believe I
my
could
phone
say that,
fell.
but I won't say it because I will not say that because
Don't.
my people
Don't say it.
So I will not guarantee it, but I pretty much guarantee it. Okay. Let's vote against Trump because he gave us $28 billion. I don't know. It's somehow they got a problem with that one, don't they? Huh? The people that are running against us and who, frankly,
Since when
were
have
not
I
in
ever
favor of
done
farmers.
anything
You know, Ron
like it's supposed to be
DeSanctimonious
done?
was not a
He
friend
never
of the
built the
farmer. He fought
wall.
against the
That's
farm bill.
right.
He fought against ethanol hard,
Dick
very
face.
hard. Now all of a sudden he loves ethanol. About 2 weeks ago it started.
I love the name
No one
Lolo
gets
Christ.
abused or
Lolo
trade worse than
Christ.
American
That's what I think of it
agriculture,
as.
yet
That's
no
how I
other
say it in my
president
head.
lifted a finger for you. Nobody
Lolo
lifted a finger
Christ.
for you in Iowa. Nobody. Under my leadership, we will
My
have
dad
a
used
great
to say
rebirth
that.
of loyalty to the American farmer
Christ.
and loyalty to the American flag.
I don't like Blue Sky because well, actually, you guys have been very nice
And
and
I'm going
liked
to
some of
pass
my
something
stuff.
that's so important. We were just
I don't
about
like it.
set to do that.
I
One
want
of
him
the
off the
greatest
ballot.
economies in history. We're just
I
about
want him
set.
off the
And then we
ballot.
hit
Meow.
COVID came, a gift from China, from Wuhan. I told them it came from the Wuhan lab.
Pepper,
I've
where
said it
are
right from the
you?
beginning. I never changed.
Hi.
Trump, you ever see the hats? Trump was
Woo.
right about everything.
Woo,
Some
woo,
of the things I don't want to be right
woo,
about,
woo,
like I think our country's in
woo,
more
woo,
danger now for World
woo,
War
woo.
III than ever
I'm
before.
just
I don't want to
kidding.
be right about that.
Woo, woo,
But
woo, woo.
we
You're
have a
not.
man
You're not
who's
right about
grossly
anything. Don't
incompetent, and
worry.
he's talking
Don't
about
worry.
nuclear
It's
weapons
okay.
and negotiations. He doesn't even know what the hell he's talking.
It's
He
okay.
can't even find the stairs to get off the stage. All right, there they are. There they are. They're all over the place. Jump off the front, but don't walk into the back wall. You ever see that? He finishes a speech, if you call it that. He did a news conference the other day, and he goes, "Okay, let's see. You know, I did news conferences in the White House. You. He did Jim Jones
What?
of NBC.
Wait, what?
Here.
Oh.
The guy says, "Mr. President, what about
No,
this?
he's
What about
probably
that? What about
not there. Okay.
that?" I would like to tell you.
No
He's
mainstream
reading
media
the
is
answer,
there.
meaning he knows the questions and they write down the answer.
Are we
He
doing the
reads
Donna
them.
Brazil
So
thing again?
if
For
I
fuck's
ever did
sake.
that, they would
Krampus
impeach me a
is
third time.
amazing.
Right? They would impeach me a third.
This
We
is
beat him
good.
twice.
Yay! Oh,
You know,
Pepper,
they
I'm so
impeached him, then
glad.
they found out I was right. They're all saying we really shouldn't have impeached him. But actually, the Republicans and Jim Jordan's great, and Jamie is doing a great job. But the Republicans are being much nicer because they're saying, let's do an inquiry first. They didn't do an inquiry with me.
Krampus is fucking
They
amazing. And
impeached
the
me.
second Krampus is
So
also good.
these are bad people.
I mean,
bad
amazing.
people. I will pass the Reciprocal
Amazing.
Trade Act. So that means if China or any other country make us pay
Yeah,
a
no one would make him a member.
100%
So
or
true.
200% tariff on the state
God, I
goods,
wish my voice
we
would
will
like
make
clear
them
up.
pay a reciprocal tariff,
I'm really
identical
tired of that.
tariff of 100 to 200% right back. We'll take in billions and billions. Now, what will happen is they'll end the tax. You know, they'll end the tax, but we're all set to get that. We would have had that quickly. I will revoke China's most favored nation trade status, and we will impose stiff penalties on China and other trade abusers because they abuse us. But many people abuse us on trade and even the military. At the same time, I will end Joe Biden's war on American energy, and we will, ready? Drill, baby, drill. We will drill.
Is it
We'll put
Duba
straws in the
Doo
ground and we'll have oil coming up. We have
or
more
Dooba
oil
Dooba
than
Doo?
anybody, oil and gas.
Or
We have more
Dooba
than
Dooba
any other country
Doo?
in the world. And
What is
we
it?
took it from 4th place to 1st place in just a short period of
Your
time. We were gonna make
typing
so
is
much money.
perfect.
We were making so much.
Don't
We're energy
ever
independent. Think of that.
tell us
Gas prices,
you're
oil
typing.
prices down so low. Record numbers in some cases, but down
Bless
so low.
you,
And we were selling all
Jesus.
over the world. Fill up our
Come and
strategic
tell
reserve, which I
us
was doing
what
very
to
cheaply by comparison to
do.
what they're doing
I
now.
know.
We used the money just to
It's pretty
have a
goddamn
better
holy up in this
election. They used a
bitch.
lot of the money. It's strange. It's the lowest point it's ever been right now. That's
I don't
meant for
know.
military. That's meant for real problems, not
Do,
to keep
do,
your
do,
gasoline
do,
price down
do,
so that you can
do.
get some votes during an election.
Oh,
But they
really?
brought it down to the
Hmm.
lowest level in order to try and remain relevant for an election. It's very terrible what they've
Damn
done. They've
right.
done a lot of bad things. As part of our common sense
Damn
energy
right.
policies, I will once again stand up for Iowa ethanol like I have done. I've been your savior.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. He likes to talk
Many
about
people
ethanol. He
did
doesn't
not
know what
want
it is, but
anybody to
he likes to
stand
talk
up
about
for
it.
I just promised as president, I issued a historic rule declaring that E15 would be made available all year round. You know what that means? I did it all year. It was 8 months and I did it all year round. Nobody thought that was going to happen, and letting them use the existing pumps. Now, that doesn't sound very glamorous, but it was hundreds of millions of dollars would have had to be
What in the
spent. That would
fuck
have
is
been
he
an
talking
increase in
about?
price to you.
What is he
And I
talking
let them
about?
use the existing pumps. Very simple. I brought it
Krampus
up.
2,
They
The
said,
Devil
"Well, what's the
Returns.
difference?" They said, "Well, sir, the old ones are actually
I'm
better."
telling
I
you
know
right
that
now.
because a lot of times equipment is
Rare
much better.
exports,
The older equipment's a lot better than the
which
newer equipment.
if I have energy
And
after we watch
like
Christmas
grass
Vacation
cutters.
in the members
All you have
lounge
in a grass
tonight,
cutter today is environmental
we will watch Rare
computers and
Exports
equipment.
because
They
I own
forgot to
it.
put blades on it to cut the
And
grass.
yeah, the Krampus
Sometimes you'd rather have like a
franchise,
blade. Give me a
fantastic.
blade to cut the grass. In
Black
contrast to
Christmas,
my unwavering support
the
for
sorority
Iowa
movie,
ethanol and
fantastic.
agriculture, Ron DeSanctimonious wants to literally bankrupt Iowa
Santa,
farmers. That's what he'd
he
do because
did.
his policies are horrible.
Oh my gosh, he's
DeSantis
really
spent his
getting
entire
around. All
political career
right, I believe in Santa.
vindictively trying to
I don't
kill
believe in
the
God, but I
ethanol
believe in
industry,
Santa.
voting again and again to devastate Iowa farmers. By
You got a
eliminating
video?
the billions of dollars
Awesome.
generated each year from ethanol
Sweet.
and wiping out 48,000 Iowa jobs. He voted against it. Unlike DeSantis,
DeSanctis doesn't mean anything. Okay, that doesn't mean anything, right? Am I wrong?
And I will also rescue the ethanol industry.
He's about to talk about it, Pepper. I don't think we've hit the wind box on the bingo card yet.
Electric vehicle mandate.
Oh, you got it,
on day
video.
one. Everything has to be electric.
It doesn't mean anything,
Electric
right?
cars,
That's what I
they
think.
don't go far. They cost too much.
I mean,
They're all gonna be made in
sanctum
China. The
is a word,
United Auto Workers are going to all be voting for Trump.
but
Because
sanctus
this mandate's gonna
isn't a
kill all
word.
jobs. All jobs. They've lost
It doesn't mean
so many now
anything.
to Mexico.
It's not
32%
funny.
Went to Mexico. Many went to Canada.
You can't say
and the rest went to
sanctimonious.
China. Whatever we
Right.
have
He
left,
thinks
it's
that's
peanuts
sanctimonious.
compared to what it should have been. But
Oh my
this
God.
electric
Why did
car
you guys
thing is
pick
just
such a
crazy.
dumb shit to
If you want to
fucking
drive, maybe let's see
idolize?
here.
You
Let me
couldn't
say
find a
this.
smart
Take a
one?
drive to beautiful, safe Chicago. It's so safe.
Yeah, he is reading.
Let's see, how
Bestanctus.
many
Oh,
times
that
we
would
have to
be
stop at
funnier.
9? You know,
That would
it's
be
just
funnier.
crazy. It's these people, and they know it.
Black
They know
Christmas
it
is
is. They
good.
don't want to
And
listen
it's
to
I think
people.
it's
Same thing with
we
the
are in the
trucking
dumb.
industry. They want to have electric trucks.
It's a good one.
So a truck, a
I'm
big,
telling you.
beautiful truck like Peter
I love
Pan
horror
Columbo,
movies
they
around
can
holidays.
go, the big ones, they can go 18-wheelers. They can go about
Give me a
2,000
good
miles, they
set of
say,
terrorized
2,000 on a big
co-eds and a
tank of
Christmas
diesel.
tree.
And
Fucking
an
happy.
electric truck comparable, which you can't be comparable because you need so much room for the battery. Most of the area
Oh,
that you can
right. Yeah,
carry
the batteries don't fit. And you can only drive 300 miles,
But
3
assuming
miles.
we take away that problem, which is not easy to take away, you'd have to stop approximately
I
7
know.
times to
Year-round
50,000
horror
miles.
movies. Year-round
You
horror
go about
movies. I
300
know.
miles.
Woo.
And they don't want to change that. You think after one, if I were,
I think that's what I should do. I should like just go through. I love like I have so many horror movies that are really good and I don't think a lot of people have seen them. I should curate like and then Max also has a great list of like B movie cult movies
goes 300 miles.
I should do
And we
that.
don't have any capacity because half of it's got to
Yeah,
be for
Bush no
better.
longer the
That was a
worst and
mess.
dumbest president. That's a
Uncle
good
Joe
one,
puts
easily.
China first.
So
He
true.
puts Asia first, Ukraine first.
Bren just sent me home for the holodays.
Environmental.
Oh my god, a
first.
cheesy TV
He
movie
puts
murder
everyone
mystery
first.
from 72 with an
When he puts
impressive cast.
America last, he puts
Cool.
Iowa last. He puts our
Oh my
workers
gosh,
last,
I'm
he
gonna look
puts our
that up. I
farmers
love that
last, and he
shit.
puts everything that's good last. And by the way, they abandoned Iowa. You saw that, right? They left Iowa. I don't think he's going to do too well here. You know, they used to be together with them, but they've gone now to another state, good state also, by the way, but they've gone. They've left a tradition. They said,
Oh
"We're never gonna
wow,
do
that looks
We're never gonna
good.
do that to Iowa." You know, it's got a great
I've seen
political
this.
tradition.
I love that movie.
And
Probably because I
I
was
kept Iowa first. That was me.
watching TV when I was a kid.
I
Okay.
put Iowa first, and I will put America first every single time. I put our country first.
Let's see.
So job number one when we return to
Job
the White
number
House
one.
is to restore
Scoobily
peace
doo.
through
Do do.
strength. Peace
Scoop
through
scoop.
strength. For 4 straight years, I kept America
Kill
safe.
everybody.
I kept Israel safe. I kept Ukraine safe. There was no talk of this.
Oh
And I
boy.
kept the entire world safe. A great gentleman, Victor.
Oh
Corbett,
yeah, easily.
hungry.
How's
He's got a
how's your
leader. He's
son?
a boss. He's everything you want to call him. He's a tough guy.
Yes.
Tough, very
Thank
well.
you. And I
He knows
opened it up, Max, in
Russia
another
very well,
tab
knows
because I just
Ukraine
don't
very
want to
well.
lose it.
They were saying, "What do you
Jingle
think is going
bell,
on with the
jingle
world?" He said,
bell,
"What's
jingle
going on with the world? This
bell
Trump isn't there
rock.
anymore. We didn't have any
Jingle
of these problems." He
bells
said, "What would you
swing
suggest? Bring
and
Trump back as
jingle
president of the
bells
United States, and you won't
ring.
have any of these problems." He said, "When Trump was there, these leaders, China, Russia, that wall,
What a
they
great
were afraid of the
cast.
United
Oh my
States.
god, I
They
love
feared
Julie
the United
Harris.
States. They respected him." And I thought it was a nice statement. So I repeat it as often as I can because I know one thing: the press is not going to repeat it.
Oh, good one.
You might as well repeat it yourself. This is a lesson. Repeat it yourself because they're not going to be repeating. I'm the only candidate. I think you know this. Who can make a very important promise. So I think the world's in more danger than it's ever been because of the power of one nuclear. And I will be the only one that can say this with great surety. I will prevent World War III. We're very close. I don't know if you feel it.
Oh, good
I
news.
don't know.
Good.
Madam Attorney
Glad to hear it
General, if you
easily.
feel it,
We'll
but
look
we're very
forward
close
to
World War III when you
more
see
updates.
these discussions taking place. You know, we had an axiom: never ever talk nuclear, never mention. The
Really,
word.
never
There
talk
was not
nuclear?
a word that was mentioned because the power
Okay,
was so
yes, give us a
ridiculous.
minute and then
And
post
we
the
don't mention
answer.
it now all the
Okay,
time.
guys,
You hear
trivia,
about
little mini
everything.
trivia
But
provided by
them,
Tom.
from
What are the
them, it
English
was
names
even
of
from
Donder
other
and
countries.
Blitzen?
It was unacceptable. It was a word that you couldn't say. And all of a sudden, you're hearing that word all the time. And this wouldn't be a war like with army tanks running back and forth, shooting at each other.
Is the answer
World War
Vatican
I,
City
World
and
War II.
urine,
This would be
Tom?
obliteration. This would be the worst thing there's never been. This would be obliteration. You cannot use the word. You cannot discuss that word. But I rebuilt our military to a level that it's never been before.
Is
And that
there
includes
is there any
our nuclear
is it
stockpile.
Gazelle?
I have no choice. I hated doing it, but
Is
it's
one of them
all
Gazelle?
tippy top. It's
And the
all
other one's
okay in the
Shibboleth.
best of condition now. We had stuff that we had no idea if it even worked. It was 40 years old, and the wires to the phones didn't even work. Nothing
Oh,
worked.
Dempsey, you're so
And all
fucking
of
funny.
everything's been rebuilt. We've
Oh,
done a
really?
great job.
I have the
Undoubtedly,
most
made it
talented
good.
friends.
And the
All
reason
of you
I
are
do
so
that is because
fucking
China's building
talented.
their heart out with nuclear, and Russia, as you know, has
I'm on the
comparable to
ballot.
us. So it's a very dangerous position. when
My
you
old
see,
stage name with Brock
the words
Thunder
that are
and
being
Lightning.
spewed.
Oh,
And I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm watching it, and I'm watching
Hey, I'm
this
on the
guy with these
ballot
buttonholes, and
in
he's saying
Colorado.
the exact
Shit, man.
opposite
I
of
could
what
be on
should
the
be
fucking
said.
ballot in
We're very
Colorado before
unsafe.
that dude.
We have 11 months to go. You know, that's a long time. They could do a lot of
Donner
damage
and
in
Blitzen
11
English
months.
names.
Under the
I
Trump
don't know. Donner and
administration, we
Blitzen?
had the most secure border in U.S. history by far. We built 561 miles of border wall and got Mexico to give us 28,000 soldiers free of charge. That was much more than, as I said, we'll get Mexico to pay for a big portion of it. This is much more.
Well, then you're in the right place,
28,000. I had
Pepper. You're
28,000 soldiers
confused.
free of
So
charge. I said to them, "Hey, you're going to have to give us 28,000 soldiers."
Oh,
They said, "No, no, no,
I'm on
no,
the
we better
ballot
not
is
do
correct.
that." I said,
Thunder
"Of
and
course you will."
lightning.
I
Oh my
said,
gosh.
we
That
will
was the
not do that.
actual
Why would we do a thing
answer.
like that? I said, you're going to have to do it.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but you're
I
going to
just
have
thought
to
that
do
was
it.
a great. I feel
And they said
tricked.
no. And then I said, here's what's going to happen. On Monday morning at 7 o'clock, we're going to impose a 25% tariff or tax on
I'd
all of
appreciate your
your
vote.
goods,
I think
including the
Barack would
cars that you
too.
stole away from
It's
us
like
in terms of
thunder
manufacturing
and
of cars. You know, they have
lightning.
32%
Very,
for
very
our car
exciting.
production
You
was
gotta
taken
knock
away years ago by
mm,
Mexico. 32%.
on
But every
wood,
car is going to have a 25% tax on
baby.
it, and we're going to take in so much money. And then they turned around and they said,
Ooh,
we would like to make a phone call to
baby.
Mexico, please. So they came into the room
Ooh,
5 minutes later and they said, it would be our great honor to supply you with
nice
28,000
helicopter.
soldiers. And we had 28,000 soldiers. And we
She
had
is a
32
doctor
people.
and
We had
she
the
is very
best
smart. She's a
record. This
gorgeous
is us. We're
woman
building
too.
the wall.
All right,
Now
here we
to
go.
add another 200 miles to the wall that we
Rudy's
had just completed
nuts
because all of a sudden
are
they
on
needed
an
more
open
because it's like,
fire.
that's the way it works, right? They come, have to walk a little bit further out. We're going to
Justice
add another 200.
handing
And what
out
happened
the
is we had a rigged
blows.
election and Biden came in and he said, we don't want any
Superseding,
wars. We want to
coming
have open
down
borders.
to
And
the
nobody could believe it.
wire.
And when I heard him doing
Can't
the campaign, I figured
bleed
maybe he'd say
like
nice words, but
meadows,
who could
and
be
it
so stupid? Who could be
shows.
so horrible to our country, what they're doing to our country? They
Everybody
actually meant it
knows.
because they took all of the wall that I
Some
had ready to just be installed, could have
treason
been done
and
in
a
3
little
weeks. And they took that
fraud.
wall and they sold it for 5 cents on the dollar. And it
Push
was all
this
high-tech stuff that Border Patrol
nation
wanted. We
to
had
a
wires in it for
fight.
technology. We had concrete,
Tiny
rebar, and very hardened
MAGA
steel. That's
with
exactly
their
right. And they had to have
fists in the
openings. I
air.
was going to put up concrete piping,
Scream,
and it would have
Hunter's
worked fine.
dick
But
has
now to
got
think of it, it's so sad. And they
some
actually sold a lot of it for
mind.
5 cents on the dollar. Now they're
They know
putting
that
it as a public office. There's only two
Jack
things that work. Remember
is
the
in
old
his
days when you had pagers? There's only
way.
two things that work.
He's
Your
bringing
phone that you
tons
have
of
and the computer that
more
you have. In about 2
indictments
weeks,
and
it's
he'll
obsolete. You got to buy a new one.
slay.
The two things that work are
Huh?
walls
Where's
and
G?
walls.
He is probably
Walls will always
sleeping
be
because
walls,
he's in
and walls
Australia
will
and I
always
think
be
it's
there. They're the
early.
only two
I
things
think
that
it's
will not get
morning.
obsolete.
I
Now
don't
we
know.
have a border
I don't really know.
catastrophe like in
I
nobody's ever
don't
ever
really know what
seen
time
really
it is.
anything
He might
like
be
it.
busy.
Nobody's. I mean, if you look today over the last, frankly,
Oh.
look over the last 3 years. But you look now, it's so bad. It's like nothing in the history of the world. Yesterday we had a single highest day record of illegal border crossings ever recorded, 12,600 one day. We have
What
no
are we
idea
talking
who
about?
any of them are.
What are we talking about?
They come from Africa.
What are
They
you
come
talking
from
about?
Asia.
Oh,
They come from South America.
name
Not
your
just South America,
source.
they're all over
I'm
the
going to need you
world.
to start naming your
They
source.
dump them
See,
on our
here's the
boats
thing.
and they pour
This
into
is,
our
I think I
country.
figured it out. I think I cracked the
And the
case,
Border
kids.
Patrol's incredible, by
Hear
the
me
way.
out.
They want to do it, but
Hear
they
me
told
out.
not to do
This is
their
what I think
job.
should happen.
It's
I
crazy
think
what's going on.
if you
They're
are
ruining
going to
our
stand
country.
up there
And it's
and
true.
say
They're
certain
destroying the
things,
blood of our country.
that you actually have to
They're
give a
destroying
citation
our
when you're doing
country.
it
They don't like it
in the
when I
moment.
said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way.
Wait,
You know,
what?
they're coming from all over the world, people
Wait,
all
what?
over the world. We have no idea. They could be healthy.
I
They
know.
could be very
This is
unhealthy.
actually his
They
mail,
could bring in
his jail,
disease that's going
his
to
mail
catch on in
jumbles,
our
his
country.
jail
They do
mumbles.
bring in crime,
I
but they
like
have
that.
them
Jail
coming from
mumbles.
all over the world.
That's so good,
And
Jen.
they're destroying the blood of our country. They're destroying the fabric of our country. And we're going to have to get them out. We're going to have to get
We're going to have to get
massive
him out.
police,
We're going to have to
especially the
get him
criminals. They're
out.
coming from jails, prisons. They're coming from mental institutions. They say, please don't say the words insane asylum. But I have to say it. They're emptying
Okay, there you
the
go,
insane
Jen.
asylums from all
You,
over the
you
world. Why
are,
wouldn't they? I would do it if I were running
I have preserved you.
Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico. They're
He need
emptying out the
Pepper.
prisons into our
No, he
country.
won't.
How
No, he
stupid are
won't
we to
because
allow this to happen?
he doesn't know
This week,
how
the
to
Biden
fucking.
administration
He
closed
can't remember
25
that poem. Oh, it's
railway
12:03.
crossings
Maybe
so
he's
that
busy.
border agents could be redirected to
Hopefully,
help
he'll come to the
process
movie night. It's in about an
incremental
hour.
migrants. They were coming in. You saw the trains with thousands and
Oh, it's
thousands of
really
people on top of
jailhouse
them and
mumbles.
in them.
Jailhouse mumbles. This is good.
Thousands
Yeah,
and
that's it.
thousands of people pouring into our country. And we
Jailhouse
actually
mumbles.
allow them to come in. They process them. Where'd you
Diary
come
of a
from?
mad jail
Where were
rambler.
you? I was in a jail. Oh, Okay, you can come in. Come on
He's
in.
not the
Get everybody
Birdman of
in.
Alcatraz.
And
He's
you have people
the,
that
let's
study. You
see,
probably saw Melania this week where she
Birdman
had a
rhymes
great,
with
beautiful reception for people that came into our country legally. They
bird,
studied, they worked, they had to take exams,
bird,
they had
bird.
to talk about our flag and George Washington
Uh,
and everything else. It was a
wait,
beautiful day.
the bird
That's the
brain
way
of
it's supposed. We
Alcatraz.
want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. But what's happening now is this: the whole
The
system's
turd man
broken
of
down,
Alcatraz.
and no
That's
country
it.
can sustain this. By the way,
That,
you know, kids are not
Adriana,
going to school. They
you
don't speak the
win.
language. Our
That is
children going
brilliant.
to school
Turd
speaking
man of
languages that nobody
Alcatraz.
even knows what the language is. There are many languages in the world. They don't even know what the language is. And they're sitting in
I don't even know
classrooms,
what a
and there's
language
no room
is.
for our
What's a
students in those
language?
classrooms, and they don't speak the language.
What's a goddamn
On
language?
my first day back in the White House,
What
I
are you
will
talking
terminate
about?
every open border
What is he
policy of the
talking
Biden
about?
administration, stop the invasion on our southern border,
Oh
and
boy.
begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
Oh
We have no
boy.
choice. No country can sustain this. We will restore law and order to our communities, and
When
I
are
will
you gonna?
direct
Oh God, I'm not even
the
gonna address
overhaul
it.
DOJ to
We have to
investigate
stop
every
this.
radical, out of control
See, here's
prosecutor.
my
And
other
we have many
concern. Here's my
in
other
America.
concern.
I have a
No,
guy named Deranged
no
Jack
ketchup
Smith. He's a
box.
deranged person. He happens to be after
Bad
me.
placement.
You know, the great one is the boxes hoax. They have a boxes. Biden
Invasion. I
has
know.
been taking stuff out of the
Here's the
White
other
House or
thing.
taking out wherever
Okay.
he was. He was a senator
I
for
I
50
think
years.
the front
He's got
runners for the Republican
tremendous amounts of
nomination
stuff.
outside of
He
this
had it brought to Chinatown. What's that
douchebag
all about? And then after he was
is
brought, he was
likely like a
instructed to
Nikki
different
Haley,
places.
right? Is that what we
Chinatown.
think? Can we think about who is
And
not
it leaked to
Trump that would
CNN, of
be
course, because
an
they leaked. The
actual
prosecutors leaked
successful Republican
that he's not going
candidate?
to have any problem.
Because
But
I think it's
me, with
Nikki
a
Haley.
tiny amount, and I come under
I
the
do.
Presidential Records Act, which gives me the absolute right to do it.
I think it's Nikki
With
Haley.
me,
Chris
oh, I'm
Christie is
different.
too stupid.
But
And I
mine
mean,
was
it's
in
not that
the
he's stupid, but people
secure
don't like him.
location
He is
where he was
unlikable.
tippy top. But you know,
DeSantis
this
is
guy, just
stupid
think about it.
in terms of how he doesn't
They're
know
not
how to
going to do
talk
anything.
about
They're not going to do
anything.
anything. It just came out. They released it. They
So
leaked it. They
he
leaked it
won't
because of
play
DeSantis. You're
nationally
not supposed to
either.
leak that. They talk about
Vivek is
classified
not doing
documents,
it
and they're leaking my
seriously. He's just
classified
trying to make
documents.
some
But
noise
do you have
so
many
that,
classified
pick me,
documents? Just
pick
think
me.
about it.
Because he
And
has
they
no
leaked
more
it. So they,
drugs that he
okay,
can buy
we
from
know what
someone
they
for
leaked. They're
pennies
not
on the
going to do
dollar
anything.
that
But he
failed
made it
and try
impossible
and
for them. And he
reseed
took things when he
get
was a
get
senator, which
private
didn't
equity
work.
money
He's on
to
television. He's a senator
line
doing
his
that.
pockets
He said,
and
"Oh, if you did
defraud
that, that's a
people.
crime. That's a
So
terrible
that's what
thing." And
Vivek,
he never
he's
came
just
under
run
the
out of.
presidential
He needs
records
to
act
find the
because he was
next
vice
drug that
president
was
and he was
failed
a
that he can
senator.
buy for nothing and
But for
then
him, it's okay. For
lie.
me,
So there's
and I
that.
have total
And then
protection. I'm
let's
allowed
see
to
who
do it. You know, the
else.
New York Times wrote an article, and I'm
That's
sure
it,
the
right?
writer got fired. But basically,
Isn't that
it
it?
said, "Please,
It's
please,
only the three of them,
please,
right?
Mr.
Christie,
President,"
Vivek,
and that was the title, something like that. "Please,
DeSantis.
please, please, Mr. President," like James Brown.
Right.
Maybe a please, please,
So I
please.
feel like
Please,
Nikki's
please,
the
please,
only
Mr.
viable,
President. May we have? They said the only right they have is to say, "Please, Mr.
and she's
President."
still a
May we
fuckwad.
have
So
them
she still
because
is
I'm
dark
entitled
money
to
and all
them.
that, but she's got the
And this
coke
was in the
money,
New York
right? She's got
Times,
cock money.
big article.
She's taking
And
cock
yet
money.
they
And
leaked that
so I
Biden
think
has
that
no
will help
problem,
propel her
but they
with the donor
continued to have a
class.
deranged
So,
prosecutor. He's a
my
deranged
question
person.
is,
And the
if
good news is people get
for
it.
some
That's
weird
why my poll numbers are so
motherfucking
high, I believe.
reason,
Because, you know,
thank you,
I
Joe.
would
No,
really,
Joe Dempsey, the smart person, is telling me.
I would really
Nikki
have,
has the money
I
behind
think
her
we'd
now.
be
They'll say
winning by a
she's the
lot,
first
but
woman ever to
now
be
we're winning by
nominated for
numbers
president
and
by a
nobody
major
can win
party, thus
by that. That's
memory
why our
holding
poll numbers,
HRC
because they
General
see this
Zod style. That's
execution that
exactly
goes
what's going
on
to
in
fucking
this
happen.
2
That's
years
exactly
of
what's going to
justice or
happen.
injustice, and they don't like it. They
Threesome.
don't want that. This is
But
not
here,
what America
so
is all about. So I
what
appreciate everything,
do
and I appreciate
you
all the
all
support we
like?
get
What
because
is
that makes
then? Is the
a big
fear
difference. When you have
still
poll numbers where,
the same
you know,
level of
where we might win by
demagoguery
80 and 90 points higher
with
in
a
some
Nikki
cases, and
Haley?
some of these guys, we have guys running like from
Like,
Arkansas.
are there levels of
He's been in jail for
demagoguery
7 months.
within
Ada
that?
Hutchinson, I call him Ada.
Or
It's Asa. The only reason I corrected is they'll say he didn't know his
is
name.
it
He
just a
didn't know
matter
his
of
name. He must be
swapping the
cognitive, you know.
person and
Don't forget, I do
we
most
can
of this
still
stuff without
expect the
teleprompters. They do.
same
Biden.
harsh,
No, if I say Ada
inhumane
Hutchinson, oh, they'll do it anyway. I just
policies?
gave them an idea. Look, they're starting right there.
That's
They'll say
my
he didn't
that's
know his name. They'll
my
say so, but I
question.
call him Ada. But this guy has been, he's the governor of Arkansas. He's got the personality.
I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Of that floor tile. See the tile? There's a broken towel right there. That's about as much personality. And he's a nasty guy.
I
He's
don't
got
remember that. Is that
0
Pam
for-
Bondi?
How many months has he been running? Like a year?
And who's the
For a year
Maria?
he's been running. He's at 0. Chris Christie, who's got a serious case of Trump derangement syndrome. He's sick. Between him and Liz Cheney, does she have Trump derangement syndrome or what? No. And I let Scooter Libby out. You know, it's a friend of their family. They didn't do anything for him. I did. They didn't get him out. I got him out. I gave him a pardon because he was treated very unfairly. Scooter Libby, but he was a very good friend of the Cheney family. They didn't do anything for him. I did. But, you know, you'd think they'd be thankful for that, but they don't talk about that. They say I'm a threat to democracy. No, Joe Biden is a threat to democracy by all of the things that we talk about. But I'm also going to indemnify all police officers and law enforcement officials throughout the United States for being
Okay,
destroyed
this is
by
the part that
radical
bothers
left for
me.
taking
Patina. Oh,
direct action
wow.
on crime.
I did not
These are
remember
people,
that.
They want to destroy them because they want to put
Wow.
criminals away. They're forced
All
to do
right,
nothing.
Slava
They cannot
Democracy.
do
Thank you,
anything
Lester. Thanks for
when
stopping
they want to.
in.
They
Have a
don't.
great
They're the
night.
greatest people, the police, and I just met a lot of them in the backstage. They're
So
all like
wait, I have a question.
incredible people.
I have a
But, you
question.
know, they're
So
under
does that
threat
mean
of losing their pension, their house, and their family, and losing everything if you touch
does
these
that
people?
mean
I mean, you let what's going on where the people are going into these stores
wait,
and
somebody
robbing
said
them,
something that made me
and
think
even
of a
the
question.
clerks, they
Shoot, hold
fire
on.
clerks if they try and stop them. I mean, if I had a clerk that was willing to stop them, I would
Shit.
say, "You are the
All right, I've
greatest.
got
You
to
love
I'll think about it.
our country, our company, our store." And they fire them. It's like crazy. There's something going on. Our brains are being fried. There's something going on. But our police know everything and they can solve these crime problems very quickly, but they're not allowed to do it. And they don't want to lose their families. They don't want to lose their house and their pension. We're not going to let that happen anymore. So what I'm going to do is give indemnifications to any police officer that gets in trouble for pursuing a criminal, because that's what we have to do. In addition, we will take over our horribly run Washington, D.C., and clean up, renovate, and rebuild our capital so that it no longer is a nightmare of murder and crime. It's people are being murdered there every day. Murdered
That sounds
in our
exciting.
capital.
We had a
Can you
great
imagine
day
all
all
these
day
people
too.
come from foreign
He
countries,
is a
and they
bumbling,
might be
rambling
rich,
fool.
but their capitals are safe. They have
Well,
no
here's the
crime. They
thing,
take care of
Joe.
it fast.
I think
Can
Nikki
you
plays
imagine? They go
very
there, they
well
sing, and they read
to
three
the
people were
MAGA
murdered
base.
last night in Washington,
The
D.C.
reason I think she
And they have
can
graffiti all
win
over
some
the
of them
place.
over,
All
not
these
all of
beautiful
them,
marble columns, they have
because if
graffiti
he tells them to
all
hate
over
her,
the
a
place.
very
Graffiti,
significant
graffiti.
portion of them will
The
hate her.
streets, they look like, I mean,
But
I
they
drove
also
into
are too lazy to
Washington
show up to vote.
a few weeks ago for a
So if
court
he's not on the
case.
ballot,
One of the many.
they're not
She
going to
gets
show
vote
up.
very well. I can't get a fair trial.
Let me say that
Otherwise, The
again.
whole thing is ridiculous. But
If he is not on the ballot,
I'm driving
they are
over
not going to
there
show
where
up.
it's almost all paper garbage. And you know, you can see paper. I know paper.
Period.
I know cans. When cans start to literally rot,
They're
when
not going to
paper is
show up
rotting, it's been there for a long time. Nobody cleans
for
it.
anyone.
The medians, the dividers, they're all
So
broken
I
and
think there will
falling
be a
down.
portion of the
It
base
looks like an absolute
that
slump.
is
And when foreign leaders come into Washington and
not
they
going to
see
vote.
that, I don't care how good you are as a president, they
Okay.
go back and they say,
I think the
that
the
country's got a lot of
Republicans will be
problems. We're gonna
forced
clean it up.
by
We're gonna
the
make it the most beautiful
donors
capital
to
anywhere in the
accept
world.
Nikki as the most palatable
Our parks will be clean. All
choice.
tents and
That's what
graffiti
they
will be
think.
removed. You have to see some of these
Her
beautiful
extremism will
parks. If
come
you
out.
remember 5 years ago, you'd go there.
Her
They were so
extremism will come
beautiful
out.
and safe. But you take a look at some
But
of these parks, you can't even see the grass. There
of the
all over
people who are
place
right
living there, the
now,
tents. Slum
yeah,
areas
it
will
won't
be
count if
demolished
people
and
write them
rebuilt to
in.
the highest level of
So
architectural elegance. We're going to have to do that. I know it
my
sounds right, but we're
concern
going to have to do
was
that.
and kind of
Washington,
is
D.C.
more
should
the
become a symbol of beauty,
libertarian
security, freedom, and safety, and we
libertarian-y
have to have that. We
kind
can't
of
let this happen. They've
chaos,
taken over the
you know.
Capitol.
I don't, you know,
In
not
addition to our
traditional
capital, we're going to
Republican
rebuild
kind of
our
thing.
cities into beacons of hope and
Those are the
safety and
folks that
beauty,
I am like,
better than
oh,
they've ever been before.
and I just
you know,
wonder,
thinking too much about that in Iowa, but
I
you
just
know, you
wonder,
want to see your country
I just
bigger.
wonder.
It will be the greatest investment ever
So
made
I
in
think
them, and we're
that
going to
that
work closely with Democrat
if he's
leaders.
not
We're
on the
all run
ballot,
by
it's they're
Democrats.
not going to show up. There will be a significant portion of that 30% who do not show up. She will. She'll come off as a moderate. This is exactly it. She will come off as a moderate by comparison. What scares me is the Dem treating her like a normal candidate, a trap we can't afford to fall into. It isn't the candidate, it's the movement. Thank you. Joe Dempsey, this is the most important takeaway. Because the architects behind what Trump was trying to accomplish, to me, are still part of the donor class.
They're going to be really longing.
I just don't know, like,
when I was young, my dream was to move into
I don't know.
Manhattan. I wanted to
I'm
build
really
buildings
interested in
Manhattan.
this.
Oh, that was my dream. And today, people are leaving.
Libertyranny. Oh, that's a good one. Libertyranny. I like that. Did I make that up? Oh, is Colorado an open or closed primary? I think it's a closed primary.
And do numbers on it and slice and
I
dice
think it's
it, but they also
closed.
wanted to move the
I should
minimum
look,
age up
shouldn't
to
I?
70. That's a big move for people because you don't listen. We have so much liquid gold under our feet.
Wasn't
We
I
don't
going
have
to check
do that
something
stuff.
oomph
We
like
don't
a
have to
million
do
years
that.
ago
Why should
and then got
seniors be
distracted?
hurt with
Now I just don't
Medicare
remember what it
Social
was.
Security? We're also going to fight
Well, it's close to
to give
him.
you much better health care because
That's a little
Obamacare, as
ballot
you know,
humor.
is a catastrophe for American families. And as I say, even Elizabeth Warren, who often is referred to as your
No,
Pocahontas
which is
because of her great
racist and
Indian
horrible.
heritage, but she even agrees that it needs to be fixed. It has to be fixed. It's too expensive for the people. And we're going to get it done. We almost had it done, but then John McCain voted it down. After campaigning for 10 years to kill it, John McCain voted it down. Too bad. That was too bad. Remember, thumbs down. That was not good. We're going to make it much less expensive for the people with much, much better health care. You're going to get that, and we deserve it. On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. And I will not give one penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or a mask mandate. A mask mandate. And as I said before, something that's very popular. I can't believe I have to say it, but I might as well. I will.
Nope, it's open. It's an open primary. Sorry.
You see the weightlifting records
Womp
being broken by
womp.
hundreds
American
of
Family
pounds.
Radio was hyping
One
Nikki the
stood
other
by
day,
the
saying Trump has too
18
much baggage.
years, over a
I feel
quarter
like,
ounce.
and I
Come on,
realize
they're
I'm
wiping
not
it with
right.
158
I realize
pounds.
I'm not right.
So
But I
this
feel like
is,
this is what I've been
demeaning to
screaming
women
is
the
that they
whole
were
thing.
they were moving
Putting
away from
athletes on
Trump.
it,
They
it's
are
just so
moving away
unfair.
from Trump.
They're going to have records. They'll have
They're
look,
waiting for
eventually that's
Jack
gotta
Smith to
happen. It's
get
gonna
rid of their
happen with me.
problem.
But you're going to have like these records where
That is
the
what they're
record will
trying
be
to do.
here, but you'll have this blip for a period of 3
They're
4
hoping
years.
Jack Smith gets rid of their problem.
They're going to say, they'll look back at 100 years, they'll say, what the hell happened there?
They
Who
are
was
going
that?
to
That was
back
one strong
Nikki.
woman, wasn't it?
We
I
need
will
to
fully uphold the
focus
Second Amendment. We will restore free speech, and I will secure our
because she
elections.
still is owned by
Our goal will
dark
be one day
money
voting.
and they want to
Make the
privatize
ballots and voter ID.
everything.
Very simple.
The
But
first
until
4
then,
years of his
Republicans must
presidency
win. We have to
were a
win.
fucking
Once we get in, we'll change that,
trial
but we have to
run.
win. If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States and added them up, they would not have done near the destruction to our country as
And
Joe
milk the
Biden
problem until
and the
yeah,
Biden
there is no
administration
problems, right? Like,
has
I
done.
mean, obviously there
You
are
take the 10.
problems, but
Remember, I used to say 5. But you don't have to say
I don't
5.
know.
You could
I'm
take
really
the
getting
10
upset
worst
with this, like,
presidents, and they would not
oh,
have
Joe's
done
not going to
the
run, Joe's
damage that
this,
he's
Joe's
done.
that. It
So
doesn't
if you
really
want
matter to
to
me, but at the
save
same
America
time,
from crooked
I just
Joes
don't
and
see
get
what
every
benefit
patriot
that
you know,
has. That
make
kind
sure
of
they
like,
are
oh,
registered Republicans. Have to be
like,
registered
well, it's okay.
Republicans.
Let's figure it
And get
out.
them out to vote
By the
in their
time we get
local
to like
precinct caucuses at
primary
7
season
p.m.
or
on
whatever
Monday.
convention
And
season,
I'm going to be here with you, by the
everybody can
way,
figure it the
January
fuck out.
15th.
Is it
As
Donder and
Martin
Blitzen down
Luther
there?
King holiday. So it's a
It's
Martin Luther
Dondering
King
and
Day.
Blitzening.
I'm going to be here. I'm going to be probably in Des Moines or someplace.
Yeah, the Koch
I'll be
brothers.
caucusing.
She's
I'll be
eating cock.
caucusing. We don't want to take any chances.
She's eating
right?
big cock.
So I could sit home. I didn't have to be. They said, "Sir, do you want to go there?" You're
Question
break.
for
Check
former
us in.
UN
Yeah,
Ambassador
tell me
Haley.
because we have to make sure everybody gets out. And if I don't get out, that's no good, right? So we're going to make sure we get out. We're asking
Get
you
out.
to commit to caucus for us and bring as many people as you can to caucus at our campaign. Sign up at ia.donaldjtrump.com. Okay? And in conclusion, from Sioux City to Iowa City, from Fort Dodge to Cedar Rapids and Des Moines to Davenport to right here in Waterloo, we stand on the shoulders of generations of Iowa patriots who have tamed the wilderness, braved the elements, tilled the soil. You tilled that soil, I'll tell you, you're still tilling the soil.
That's an excellent question.
You're great people. Worked the fields, built the factories, and
In the
poured out their blood, sweat, and
conclusion,
tears to make this country into
here's
the
a
greatest
link
nation
to the
in the history of
Colorado
the world.
Supreme Court
But now we are a
ruling.
nation in decline. We are a failing nation. We are a nation that has lost
No, we're
its
not. We're
confidence, its
fine.
willpower, and
Okay,
its
there's the
strength.
ruling
We are
copy
a
of the
nation that has
Colorado, or
lost
the
its
copy of the
way.
Colorado ruling.
But we are not going
Enjoy.
to allow this horror to continue. We're not
Enjoy
going to
your
allow it to
bedtime reading.
continue. We can't let it continue. The biggest election we've ever had.
Oh,
is
and
coming
also,
2024. You know, I used to say that with
Let me find
2016.
this.
It's the biggest election. I meant it. But we had a big border problem. In fact, I fixed it so good that in 2020, we couldn't talk about the border. They say, sir, nobody cares about the border. I said, what do you mean? It's the biggest thing. You fixed it, sir. It was totally fixed. And then what happened is not even believable. This is the single biggest.
Wait a minute.
election.
I know you guys are gonna hate me, but I don't really. I'm doing this for you. Okay.
Would have told you 4 or 5 years ago when we did have basically rudimentary legal system left. I would have told you as a lawyer that I guarantee you it will be reversed.
The party
Almost per curiam.
over. Nikki, what happened to
I
Khashoggi?
still believe that's true.
Good one.
But I saw the Supreme Court try to
Oh,
really
it's
avoid the
time
fastballs
to
and
call it
the
a
federal courts
day. Wait,
hide
the
on
party's
the whole
over.
issue of stolen election. No,
Hold
not
on,
even
we've
hearing.
got this.
I don't know. Somehow the
Get
courts
ready
now
for a
have decided
mashup.
you don't have hearings.
Willie Nelson wrote that?
Witnesses.
What?
Gosh, I carried all
I
these
did not know that.
videos and
Here we go.
audios and stuff like that with me. I never got a chance to play it for the
Oh,
jury.
Rudy.
Now what they want to do,
Party's
now they want to get a gag
over.
order. So I can't
It's
play it for you.
time to call it a
So
day. They've burst
wanna
your
shut
pretty balloon and taken the moon away.
Well, we will take a short break and we'll be
It's time
right back
to.
in East
Sorry.
America.
It's time to wind up
Towers
the
Foundation
masquerade.
to live his honest promise to do good and never forget the
Just make
sacrifices
your mind
America's greatest
up.
heroes have made for
I don't know
us.
how to do this.
Heroes who risked their lives to
Let me
keep
see
our
if I can do it.
communities and our country safe.
The
Heroes
party's over. The
like
time to call
United
it a day.
States
It's your pretty
Marine Corps
balloon.
Captain and pilot
Taking the moon
John
away.
Jeremy Sachs.
It's time
Captain
to.
Sachs
I don't
sustained
know. I'm
fatal
going to hear
injuries
this. Hold on.
when his military aircraft crashed
Hold on,
during
everybody.
training,
Oh, that's not
killing
what I
him
want.
and
Oh,
5
oh,
other
get away from
service
me.
members. He's remembered by loved ones as courageous.
Oh, that's from The
brilliant,
Bells Are
and
Ringing.
devoted to
That
his
is a
career,
great fucking
family, and friends.
musical. Oh my
John is
god.
survived by his wife Amber, who gave birth
Oh
to their
geez.
second
Okay,
daughter
this is an ad that he
3
does.
months after his death.
Shut up.
Tunnels of Towers paid the mortgage on the family home.
Yeah, shut up. Rudy did another duty. Rudy did another duty. We're on the ballot. We're on the ballot. Me and Kamala, and she's Mamala. Well, isn't her mom Mamala? Or is she Mamala? I don't remember. Now I want you to get your mental image of his face in this shot because this is an ad that he filmed months ago. And then I want you to compare it to what we're about to go back to. Oh boy. Rudy Tooty, you're such a
If I
fart in a
burdened
bag.
you with that too much, but this is a very, very
He's very upset.
this is an extraordinarily dangerous thing they have
Oh,
done.
dangerous.
When you unhinge the
so
rule of law,
dangerous.
then a democracy falls apart. You know, there's a quote that I can't do accurately from a man.
So
for
he
all
doesn't
seasons
know that the rule of law has
that,
actually been
Tom-
followed?
Thomas
in this?
More, the character
Okay.
playing Thomas More,
All right.
quotes
Okay.
to his rather
Well, so Rudy is
rambunctious
still alive.
son-in-law who wants to, you know, sort of fight.
Anyway, I got to get ready for the members only party. I can't be dawdling around here. Sorry for that. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I definitely appreciate it. Oh my gosh. So in about a half an hour, I will see people on Discord in the champagne room, members, to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and perhaps Rare Exports after that. And then Friday, by popular demand, I hope, I will be in the kitchen for the lounge and we will be baking cookies. We will be baking up a motherfucking storm. And guess what? I figured out how to make the oven work and not set off the fire alarm. Yes, ma'am, sirs, and theys. Yes, So it's a donderful life. Oh, I'm so sorry about the Discord conundrum, flurflungdom. But yeah, we're gonna make really delicious peanut butter cookies, and maybe I'll do some other. Remember when I tried to do I tried to do gingerbread last year, and I didn't. So this year, I feel like I must I must do a gingerbread type cookie. So that's right. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Oh, and Jay Rance, thank you. Thank you everyone for sharing me on X. I think I'll probably go ahead and reinstate my account just because I miss you all so much. I just miss you so much. So I'll probably get back on, but I don't know. Blue Sky's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.